everybody. Welcome to Bad Science Sunday, where we take a comedic approach to debunking science misinformation on the internet. And today, once again, it is, whoops, just us.
Woo.
Andy. I don't, honestly, it's not, okay, this isn't a rough start or whatever. I'm sad. One of my
Who?
friends was supposed to be on with us today, Jenny Morgan, and she sadly passed within this last week or 2 weeks. It's been, I don't know, it's been rough. Jenny has been with us on every Christmas stream, and she was invaluable. She was she might have been the first trans people I met on YouTube. She was out like before Purple came out, before Brie came out, before Ember came out, before I met Stephanie. Jenny was in the community and out, and during all the bullshit with that the right was trying to pull trans people through and COVID, and I'm just like, I don't know what this is. Why are we giving kids hormones? Like what does that mean? And she was one of the few people that was knowledgeable enough to talk me through that. And a lot of the rhetoric that I had grown up with, I found out was now slanderous or slurs. They're slurs. And I'm like, oh, of course they are. Because, the 80s. You weren't there, but it was bad. So, I mean, it was fun. We did really fun stuff like
Doesn't
play
sound
out.
that fun.
Well,
Like play
you got
I
to
played
play
outside.
outside. Well, actually, say play outside. You got kicked out of the house from sun up until sundown. And the parents were like, "I'm sure they're fine."
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I remember being in first grade and walking to and from school by myself, picking my little sister up, who was 3. Yeah, I would get
Wow.
out of school. I would ride my bike over to her daycare. I would sign her out, put her on the back of my banana seat.
I is this legal?
Not anymore.
We'll make it legal.
Right? Um, yeah, no, this is during the height of the satanic panic. I'm kind of surprised myself that it was legal. But hey, you know what? There's some old people in the chat. Hey, chat, you guys remember some of you remember, most of you probably remember the 80s. Am I the only one? I'll be the old head. I don't
You're
know.
the only one on panel.
Dr. Kip Davis remembers the banana seat. Do they make those? Do they still have?
Um, I feel like a friend of mine. So they had like a remake of like the old school Stingray bike that came out. When I was like in the late '90s or early 2000s, and my friend had one of those. I don't remember if they had like a banana stick, but I know what you're talking about. The sort of like really exaggerated.
Yeah, it was perfect for putting your
Yeah.
little siblings on, and then you ride home because and the only stipulation was to not cross the busy street. So neighborhoods with they had the school and
Yeah.
the neighborhood, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I could go anywhere I wanted to in the neighborhood while the sun was up. I just couldn't cross the busy street without an adult. The, that yeah.
What counted as an adult? Because I mean, you're signing your 3-year-old sister out of you're going in and you're filling out forms
At the
and
ripe
shit.
old
You're a
age of
goddamn
7.
guardian.
The 80s. Good
Different
times.
times.
Um, so, yeah, a lot of the things that we affectionately called our friends when we were teasing them, many of them are now slurs. And so, yeah, Jenny, yeah, I got to learn about more slurs through Jenny. Great gal. God, I'm going to miss her. So, I was just lamenting to Vandy that I am out of wine. And but you know what, Jenny, here's to you. Mwah. I know you'll be here every Sunday in spirit. All right. But I don't know what. I was in my teens in the 90s. Did you have to? Were you allowed to leave the yard
Yeah,
without
yeah,
an
I was allowed to
adult?
leave. I was allowed to wander around, the neighborhood. I ran away once, um, and like left, and my mom had no idea that I had left. I was really
Oh well, you're underwater for me. You ran away once, and your mom had no idea that you left the
she,
house. It
yeah, yeah.
okay.
I ran away, and like I went way across town. I spent many hours being deliberately gone, and I didn't tell anybody where I was going because I was angry. And then I came back home, and they hadn't
Just had
noticed
noticed.
because I was just functionally speaking, it was the same as though as most days I would go outside and like play and ride bikes around the neighborhood and
Only this
stuff.
time mad.
Yeah, exactly. But I was really good about always like telling my parents like, oh, I'm gonna like ride over to Chris's house or something like that. This time I didn't tell them. That was like the big thing that was different about it. Um, and like I got home, I guess before dinner anyway. So it was fine.
It's like I'm
I'm
hungry. Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't bring a backpack or anything. I wasn't actually running away. I just wanted to break the rules a little bit and make them yell at me, I think. But that's
Notice
really
me. What is
yeah.
a Canadian freeway? Like I don't know that freeway. How does this happen?
So my experiences with pedestrian behavior around the, big interstates near my house mostly have to do with the night that a friend of mine got married, and I don't remember crossing the interstate on foot. But given where the hotel was and given where my dad picked me up after I went up to some nice looking police officers and said, I'm lost, can you call my dad?
Wow.
Very different experience than most people. Um, he was like, to get from there to here, you had to walk across I-55. And I was like, I don't remember walking across I-55.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I though I've seen I-55. Like it just wouldn't even occur to me to try to cross it at 3 a.m.
I mean, I will say at 3 a.m., not a huge problem comparatively. Even I-55 isn't that busy at 3 a.m. But yeah.
How would you know you were drunk?
Well, I've driven on it not drunk because I don't drive drunk.
Oh, thank God for that.
Yeah. I like I didn't I went to that wedding, and I didn't drive to that wedding because I was like, I'm not going to be able to drive home, so why would I drive?
Oh God, that is so crazy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I'm a girl, so I don't allow myself to get drunk unless there are other girls, like friends, that I can trust around because stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
I I do have a vague memory though of like
but I would
walking
consider
across.
you one of the girls, so I would totally choose you over the bear.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah. I do have a memory of seeing the cops and just very clearly going up and waving to them because I'm like I don't want to just walk up on cops like, and I'm like
Can
dressed in a
relate.
suit and I'm drunk. It's very clear what is going on in my evening. But and they were like, "You all right?" And I'm like, "I'm I'm this. Can you call my dad?" And they were like, "You know what? Yeah, yeah." I don't.
Bree
That was
tried to
the end of
kill
it.
me. She's just being
Yeah.
nice. All right. So it's just me and you today.
Oh,
Good catching up, and sorry we're
yeah.
late. I needed to rant and get some shit out of my system before we went live. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to get pissed off again because we are talking to the world's or talking. We are going to talk about the world's smartest man ever, Smarter than
Indeed.
Newton, smarter than Einstein.
Oh yeah. All of smarter, dare I say it, than Tesla. Yeah. So, title of the video: Man with 200 IQ explains the secrets of reality. That does not occur. There are no men with 200 IQ in this video.
Yeah, and that's crazy because I meant to look for this. Can you even go that high?
I not you can't reliably test that high. That's for sure. Like
Yeah, I was gonna
it,
say, like,
it
how do you?
there's like a few standardized tests because
Oh,
that like
mm-hmm.
the Wechsler intelligence thing is a term that I have heard in my life. But nothing is built to measure that high. How would you standardize it? How what would you use as the control data to design the test and like
Yeah,
figure stuff
I
out?
should have reached out to Christopher Motti. He was on well, later last year, and his what do you call it? His YouTube channel is called the Other Hood. Did he change that? Titaness is still the Other Hood. Oh yes, and Beagle is penned. But he talks about that. Well, conservatives are fucking around. So he talks about like it's about denouncing race realism and shit like that. Oh, thanks, Nick. Yeah, it's called The Other Hood.
Yeah.
And yeah, so they crazy. But okay, Google search because that's the thing you can do. I don't know. Some people laugh at me when I talk about it because they're stupid. I don't think that you can gain a comprehensive understanding of a topic through a Google search. But if you want to know just like basic shit,
Yeah.
which a lot of people know, it's weird. You can do a Google search. And if you say to Hey Google, what's the highest IQ or highest IQ, or I actually asked, I just want to know what the score was. It's not telling me that. It is telling me that Marilyn Voss Savant is widely recognized for holding the highest IQ ever at a score of 228, which I didn't think was the thing.
That
Um,
sounds sketch. That number sounds sketch. Like
it really
that
does though. But
the
yeah,
so the average is 100. Standard deviation is about 15.
15. It's 15,
So
yeah.
yeah, so that means that if you're at 145, you're at 99.99%,
Right.
like already. And
So,
then you have to go
yeah.
another almost 90. You have to go another several. Although to be fair, there's also there's not necessarily a reason to believe that it would be a strict normal. I mean, it can't be strict normal distribution because it doesn't go down
No,
to zero,
right.
and um, there could be tails and stuff. But
And outliers, there's almost always
yeah, there's going to be
outliers.
outliers, but it's very what you can know is that some people are crazy fucking smart and they reliable like if you take multiple tests, and again, there's not that many of them. So and they
Yeah,
have to be
I just,
administered
but
like by a
even with
person.
that, okay, if you're talking about a standard deviation, they usually only go out by like four is a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I
It's
still don't know how you get to 200, but I don't know. She said she tested at 228. Um, and then there is Terrence Tao, who is a mathematician and a child prodigy, Christopher Harada, who was at 225, Kim Ung Young, which is at 210.
yeah.
Hey,
I
this
hear
guy
also
isn't listed in here at all.
yeah. I mean and also like this guy's number it goes up like each time, and it's like you don't. I it's wild. I'm pretty sure that like this guy's been claiming this since like the early 90s though.
Yeah,
Like,
which is interesting. Because
because what is the fuck has he done lately?
every time I look to see, um, like, did he publish anything? Is there a reason anyone would take this seriously? And one, no, nobody is taking this seriously except this Fox News guy. And two, no, like he hasn't done anything to prove,
Yeah, and
trust me, bro.
Professor Dave did a video on this guy what, like 6 months ago, something like that. Maybe it was more than that.
I think it was around a year. I remember
Okay.
watching it.
But it's
Um,
a good video because he actually went back and like tried to figure could if he could back up any of these claims, and
Not one. Oh God.
it's all like a citation circle. Like like everybody is like, okay, according to reports, it's been there, and it's like, okay, yeah, but
Are you guys
when?
reporting on each? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's like that classic XKCD comic where somebody puts something on Wikipedia, and then somebody cites Wikipedia, and then somebody adds the thing that cites Wikipedia that wrote it using Wikipedia. They use that as the
Oh,
reference in the Wikipedia page, so that you've spawned a
that's
fact out of
horrible.
nowhere. Yeah,
All right, yeah, guys.
he's written it.
And again, I have nothing against Wikipedia. I think it's a great place to learn. It's like a Google search.
Yeah,
But it you would want to go to the source and find what it's citing and cite and then cite that,
yeah.
not Wikipedia.
But I mean, these people over at Video Advice, they have 3.77 million subscribers.
They do.
So, and this video from a year ago has 3.4 million views, so it's probably
That's
fine,
I
right?
right. We've been doing video vice for a while. Like, I remember certainly before they hit 1 million. And it's sad. God, it's so sad. They're up to three
Right?
million. And people just gobble this shit up.
Indeed. Shall we?
Yeah.
Thing to go from the future to the past. If I were at an intelligence agency and I
That's like I put them up
No,
before.
120, 125 doesn't sound.
Okay.
heard there was a guy with the highest IQ ever recorded who was contradicting the
Wait,
liberal
if you were in intelligence, the CIA, they just look for, they scrub like the IQ backlogs, and it's just like, oh, they're smart. Let's offer them a job. Like, what? I don't even know what that means.
I get offered jobs from the CIA 3 times a day.
Well, yeah, but you're a government shill, so that only makes sense.
Hell yeah.
I heard there was a guy with the highest IQ ever recorded who was contradicting the liberal establishment agenda. I probably
What?
have a file on.
Yeah,
Contradicting the CIA doesn't like people who contradict the liberal establishment agenda.
the CIA and the FBI under Hoover were famously liberal, and famously definitely didn't have portfolios trying to discredit people like, you know, Martin Luther King. Definitely never happened.
Yeah, but they were actually doing that. So it's just like,
Yes,
but
they
it
were
wasn't the
because
liberal establishment. It
no,
was
it was the
just,
opposite.
yeah,
It was the conservative. It was like the conservative.
the
Uh,
establishment,
uh
the status quo.
yeah,
Oh
the
my
conservative
God.
intelligence establishment was more the people that were doing that.
Yeah, and yeah, because he's Fox. Okay, so this is I think Michael Knowles, who's the Fox News commentator, and I'm kind of surprised he's not in the White House now. Um, but the liberal agenda, I still don't like. They think that they are contradicting the liberal establishment. So why would the CIA have a? Is this like an Illuminati? I don't know. They don't make sense.
No,
Um, because Fox News thinks that they are contradicting the liberal establishment agenda. And does he think that
well,
the
he's just
CIA has a
saying.
following him?
Yeah, well, he at this point he's just asking questions. He said,
If I were at an
All he
intelligence
ever
agency and I
does. There are
yeah,
no facts in here.
yeah, and you know,
heard there was a guy with the highest IQ ever recorded who was contradicting the liberal establishment agenda, I'd probably have a file on that guy. Have you
We all have files.
had any run-ins with the?
Whatever.
Some interest has been shown.
I that
of us have an
do you think interest has been shown on Chris Langan by the CIA?
Not by the CIA specifically.
IQ of 100, score in the 140 range, and you're in the genius to near genius category. 195 to 200, well, you're talking 1 in several billion people. Now, historians figure that Einstein and Franklin scored about 160, Darwin 165, Galileo 185.
Okay,
So
Einstein,
195
Darwin.
to 200 is considered profoundly gifted, which is above genius.
Yeah,
Genius threshold is around 140. Um, and yeah, I mean, it's so few people that it's considered unheard of.
Yeah, I also don't think words like that are particularly helpful. I've had this talk with you that the what I require to call somebody a genius is
But they have to work at an
way
Apple
out of the
store.
range of most people.
No, no,
I
there's a
maintain that I
bunch of
have
them
never
and they
met a
all work
genius.
at Apple stores, right?
Yeah, it's like I maintain that I have never met a genius. Um, there's at least one Nobel laureate in the same hallway that I work in, so I have fairly high standards. I don't think I've ever met a genius.
I Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we all have like personal definitions. There are a lot of people I call genius, but it probably means the opposite of that. I'm just saying hi to Mark. I'm not saying that, hey, genius.
But like we can probably make some inferences, I think, about Einstein. He was recent enough. You have enough documentation about him that you could try and make a guess. Galileo, like, yeah, we have his writings, but you need a
Um,
lot of information. Like, there's a reason
I
that IQ
Yeah,
test takes 3 hours.
I don't. Again, an IQ test only measures like your ability to like test like what is it like spatial or whatever.
It it tests basically it tests
Oh fuck! I should
connect
know
the
this.
ability to make connections in a certain way. It's
I
I'm
actually
not.
got
I
to
don't know
take a
why I
test on
talk.
this
This is not
once.
my field.
Yeah, IQ test scores cognitive abilities such as verbal reasoning, spatial perception, memory, and processing speed. While you are just, stable and calm and, like taking a
Yeah,
test on paper.
yeah,
Like for me, yeah, you and I have had tests. We've had conversations about this, and like I don't know, I don't care about IQ per se, but yeah,
yeah,
I personally value people who can take what they read in a book and apply it to other situations that don't that are just mildly similar to
hmm
what they read, or
yeah.
even, just be able to point out a Nazi when you see one.
That too. That too.
Yeah,
It's like
it's genius level anymore.
yeah,
Um, no, but yeah, like that for me, that would be not high IQ, but like someone that I would consider to be like intelligent.
yeah. The ability to process data and come to conclusions, and especially if you're sort of extending a model and
Oh, you're kind of
you
roboty. Uh-oh, now you're offline. God damn it.
am I
All
still offline?
right. Where are the geniuses in the chat? Oh,
That's so
hey,
weird.
Marin. How do they know? Because. Definitely because.
How am I
Is it just me?
offline? I feel like it's
All
got to
right.
be
Can you
just
guys
you
see
because
me and not Vandy, or you can see Vandy and not me?
I can
And if
see
you
and
can't
hear
see, I
you.
don't know why I'm asking that, because if you can't see me, you're not going to answer this, right?
I well
Are you?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Kind of. Okay.
That is weird.
I
My
can't.
reception my reception of you has been perfect this whole time.
We can see both of you. Wait. Hear you both. Okay. Both. They're saying you can hear both? Because
Yeah,
okay, you're good for me now. You were
that's so weird.
roboting.
At no point did did your signal or video or anything give
My
any
signal,
hiccups?
and that's why I am trying to figure out what's going on. I've had 4 bars on my side the whole time. You're only showing as 1 bar for me though.
That's true. I am only showing as 1 bar. No,
And
now it's fine.
so now I'm just like, okay, was I the one that was out or was it you? Because,
I mean, it was probably the CIA.
oh, yeah, we are speaking truth to power.
Yeah, that's why I had to put the funnels on.
Isaac Newton, 190. That means Langan could possibly be the smartest person in the world.
So for those of us who have an IQ that's a little bit lower than yours, I'll admit it, with no false modesty and no undue confidence, the first question we have to establish: does God exist?
Yes.
Why is that the first one? Hold on.
Does God exist?
Yes.
All right, so this is confirmation, people. Why does it keep on opening that window? They
What
added a
window?
thing. I click on this thinking it's it doesn't matter. How are they getting to 180 for Pythagoras? All right, and also Nikola Tesla is not at the top of this list. How dare you? Also, why is Elon Musk on this?
This is so funny. So it says Elon Musk exact IQ is unknown and not publicly verified, but he claims.
What did he claim?
Shit.
God, I feel like he would claim more than 155.
Yeah, it says between 155 and 160. Well, 150 to 160 or higher. Like,
I mean,
okay.
mine is 80 to 120 or higher.
Same.
So, you know.
So I was told one of my little brothers was I don't know, whatever that 115 plus range is considered. But like,
This is
so I'm figuring like if the school knows about him and they're telling their parents about him, but not about the rest of us, then yeah, I'm definitely in that 180 to I'm sorry, 85 to 115
yeah.
range in there. I'm just gonna say it's 100 because that makes sense to me. And because half the people I meet are stupid.
Yeah. It wobbles. It's so great.
The reality has an identity. Okay? The identity is that as which something exists. Okay?
That's a deepity.
Matter of fact, when you say the word reality, you're naming an identity. You're identifying something. This.
I'm smiling because
That's just how nouns work, buddy.
your answer on this is so beautiful. It just reminds me of Moses at the burning bush. And Moses
What?
at the burning bush says, "Who shall..."
What?
Wait, his smile? Wait, what reminds him of that?
You're identifying something. This.
I'm smiling because your answer on this is so beautiful. It just reminds me of Moses at the burning bush. And Moses at the burning bush says,
what the fuck does that even mean?
I don't know. I can only compare it to an interview that I saw. What's her name? She went to prison for a while with the NXIVM dude, Allison something, Allison Mack, who she was on Smallville and then she joined this NXIVM cult with this guy Keith Raniere.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she's
Marion and I
got-
were talking about the NXIVM cult on her show a few weeks
Yeah, and he's in jail forever now. And she was in jail for a few years. I think she's out now. But she has this interview, and she's just like, everything you say is so amazing. It's like the genuflection and obsequiousness that is being displayed is at that level,
Yeah, no, it's just like, oh, where'd those knee pads come from?
right?
God.
They it's how you avoid kneeling on the ash of the burning bush, which wouldn't have ash because it just keeps burning.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, your answer is so amazing. It's like the words of God. Really?
"Who shall I tell the people that you are?" Talking to God. And God says, "Tell them I am that I am."
That's right.
I am identity itself. I'm being himself.
That's exactly right. That's what.
Is that what it means? Is that what it means, Kip? Does it
Yeah,
mean
I was
I
gonna
am
ask. I
identity at
forgot to
the end?
ask Kip about this one, and I meant to, but again, busy weekend. Um, I feel like, and I've heard actually the whole "I am who I am." I've heard it interpreted a few different ways. This is new. Oh fuck! Wait, are you back?
I haven't left.
It said offline to me. Like it
I
said that
don't
you
know
went
why I
offline.
keep saying that. Again, zero degradation in quality on my end.
Sorry. No, I don't know. You went away from me and it said you were offline.
I'm
So
gonna make sure I don't have my
I don't know what to do.
VPN on because I don't think I do because it's
All
not
right, let me
open.
see where I'm at. No, all my shit
No,
looks
it's not.
normal. My CPU is low. My memories could be better. Disk is 0.
Nick is saying stream is definitely broken. I can still see Vandy.
Ah, I like Nick. Sometimes I actually give. Nick's probably the one person I give shit to more than you. Not more than you. Kip definitely more than you. I
I
say
was
you
like,
and Nick are probably on par.
The CTMU says it just comes up with a mathematical.
this is okay. Hold on. Does he explain it?
Being
That's
himself.
exactly right. That's what the CTMU says. It's just
So the CTMU is
Ah,
this guy's bullshit theory of everything. I can't
theory of
remember what it
everything. That's how
basically.
you know he's smart, Vandy.
That's literally how I know he's not smart. Like it's one of the it's like people who come in and say, I have a theory of everything confidently. Um,
But he has
if
his
they don't have a degree
paper.
in physics,
He named
I
it.
immediately write them off. If they do have a degree in physics, I am almost certainly going to write them off after the next 3 sentences, but I let them say the next 3 sentences. And also, people with degrees in physics don't say that
comes up
confidently.
with the mathematical structure that you need to build a reality out of that. You see?
Did you say mathematical scripture?
I don't know. It's roboting for me. Maybe I'll try going out and coming back in.
Yeah, I blame you.
All right. Well, you have to keep the chat entertained. Oh, wait.
What?
Can you? Okay. Let's go over here. And, all right. I will be right back.
All right. Man, this is so weird. I want to figure out what this is actually trying to show. It's probably like some weird AI version of something that Archimedes did. I don't know. Why does there we go. Here. I don't know why she just made me big and then
And then I left.
you made me big, but you didn't have the video on
Entertaining the
screen.
chat.
Oh, well, I was gonna entertain the chat by trying to explain. Holy crap. Is that proposition is spelled correctly here?
Well,
That's a long
this
word.
is from this is from this is
No,
from his book
Is it? I don't think this I thought was
or his paper. I'm sorry. What does he
I
have
thought
again?
nothing.
Oh, okay. Right,
Yeah.
right. He barely made it out of high school because he was too smart for school. That's how that works.
Search it for its properties. You see, once you've built the preliminary framework, then you start deducing the properties of this identity, and you find out that those properties match.
The fuck is this supposed to mean? And why is V on there 3 times?
Well, look, this is
V,
this is
V,
4D chess,
V.
right? Like you're just not smart enough to understand what he's cooking.
I feel like he's probably like if I saw the rest of this AI generated image, it would have the word Lee group written on it somewhere.
Those of
Oh man, it just went right past it. Now we'll never know.
Yeah.
God as described in most of the world's major religions. The reality isn't just geometric, which is what Einstein thought it was, nor is it just linguistic. It's a blend of the two.
What?
Which part tripped you up? He was very clear.
Oh, okay, sure.
Right? Russell saw it as being linguistic. Einstein saw it as being geometric. Okay, so I decided that reality must be logico-geometric.
What are we talking
Putting-
about, though?
I don't know.
I just
We've
trying
got
to keep up.
we've got an inertia line. We've got the 10th octave. We've got the 9th octave, and then the 8th, and the 7th, and the 6th, and then it's just like, and then we've got more octaves over here.
Oh, yeah.
Rubidium and strontium. I work with rubidium. Well, not with rubidium. I work with strontium. I used to work with rubidium.
No, I
Um,
look, I speak English. I can read. I just don't know why these words are here.
yeah, no, this is a crank book. This is like, but it's
Okay.
way more. It's so the thing I will say about this Chris Langan guy is he is smart he's not just like like his IQ isn't 80. Okay, I don't know what it is. Nobody knows what it is. He doesn't know what it is, but it's not 80. Okay.
Oh, real
Um,
quick. Yeah, sorry, I had to. Marin called in a favor. Yeah. Uh-oh. Now I can't get you back. Here. There we go. Oh. Oh, that's yeah.
I'm big.
You are
There we go.
big.
Two of them together. Of course, then I realized, well, I've got to put together a theory, construct a theory, in which reality is actually logically geometric. And so that's where the CTMU came from.
Logically geometric. What the fuck does that mean?
And
And
the
the CTMU is the cognitive theoretic model.
Oh, right.
It-
Yeah, because you learned this in physics school.
No,
Oh.
no, I didn't. There's a
Oh,
reason
wait.
for that.
You went to like a basic bitch school? How could you not learn the theory of everything?
There isn't one.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
of the universe.
cognitive theoretic model of the universe.
This is your theory of everything.
My theory of everything, and it's all in the name. If you take a good close look at that, you've got cognitive theory, and of course, you know, a theory is a kind of language, theoretic language.
That's a theory is a kind of language is not a description I feel like I've heard before.
I sure should have
Okay.
it.
And then you've got cognitive theoretic model. You've got a model.
Theory and model, like, you don't need both of them, I feel like. Although theoretic is not the same thing as theory. I mean, it's the same root, but it's not literally the same word.
Okay.
Like,
And then you've got universe. You've got a language, you've got a universe, and then the model is the mapping between them. CTMU says those are all the same thing.
Oh,
helpful.
All of those terms, all of those properties are distributed everywhere over reality. Reality can have only one structure once you realize that and you implement it in theoretical form.
Once you
What?
realize what? What are you talking about? What is your claim? How do I compute the mass ratio of an electron versus a proton?
well, if you can, I sure as fuck can't.
Fuck.
I don't need, like, reality can have only one structure when.
To the extent that's true, it's trivial, and to the extent it's interesting, it's false. It's a deepity.
Well, no, I mean, it's kind of funny because, like, my brain was. That's kind of the way my brain made that sentence make sense.
Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think he's wrong. I just don't think that's an interesting statement, really. It means that basically what he said is contradictions can't happen. Well, fair enough. Like,
Sure, but I guess if he's talking about our reality, which um, I know I don't have any evidence to say that ours is there are more realities or whatever, but I'm not convinced that it is. Like that there
Yeah, I don't
couldn't
know about-
be, a many worlds kind of thing going
Oh
on.
yeah, see, I would even say all of those other worlds are still part of the same reality. Like reality, but
Okay.
then
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
yeah, we're having a semantic
Right,
discussion.
yeah. Okay. As long as you understand that that's what's going on in my head too.
Yeah.
But this is so important that you're not just talking about this siloed aspect of thought, or this, philosophy over here, language over here, math over here, physics over here, but you're presenting something that is universal.
What?
Are you saying he's a polymath?
Oh fuck! You know what? Wait, do we have that? I think I do still have that. Thanks to Dr. Kip.
what would you say your biggest accomplishment is? What field? I'm one of those rare sorts of people that has say multi. I'm a polymath. I'm a polymath.
A polymath. A polymath.
He's a polymath.
I'm a polymath.
Correct. Correct.
What the fuck? Hold on. Syndifiogenesis. What the fuck is this word in the next line?
You're supposed to know that. You're supposed to look. This is your day.
Wait,
Like you're
that's
supposed
not
to
a G
tell
there.
us. Look, you're the physics guy. You have like the astro. You have the astro thing going on.
It is very unclear if this falls within the subject of physics.
Okay.
Remember, he's a polymath. Okay, we need to ask. We need to ask the local expert on what words mean. Titan, is syndifionesis a word? Is that a real word, or did he just make? I mean, they're all made up, but
Absolutely.
I'm still like laughing that Google is just like, well, Elon Musk says he's a genius. Like, I'm not convinced of that either. Oh, wait a minute.
no, I'm also not convinced. Elon.
Okay, Google recognizes this. All right, however you pronounce that is a foundational concept in Christopher Langen's cognitive universe model theory, as defined as difference in sameness. That's the definition of it: difference in sameness. It asserts that for two things to be different, they must exist within a common medium or share a foundational syntax, implying that all distinct entities are ultimately composed of the same reality, thus unifying them. That's from Quora.
Absolute beacon of modern thought.
Yeah.
To the
Cite your
extent
sources,
that
kids.
it's trivial, and to the extent it's interesting, it's false.
Ah.
And universe. To get the absolute invariance, the absolute truths of reality. You know, things that are true everywhere you go. No matter, at what time you exist or in what place you exist, it's the same.
So we're not just defining God out of existence. Sometimes you'll hear people say God exists, but they'll give God such a weak and shallow definition that the God that they're describing has no relation to the God that we conceive of. You're saying no, this God is God. God Himself is conscious and.
What is this does he have a religion, or does he have a cognitive theoretic model of the universe?
Yes.
Fair enough.
And therefore personal?
Yes.
I would have answered no.
You can establish a
You've seen this, and I don't know if we're going to get to the part where he conflates Christianity with pantheism. I'm going to stick with yes.
Fair enough. This is also just horrifying.
Is conscious and therefore personal?
Yes. You can establish a personal relationship with God. We're images of God. You know what an image is? It's basically the product of a mapping. God maps Himself into each human being.
Man, these are. It's not. I don't know if that's wrong, but it's not helpful.
You don't know if it's wrong? Okay, all right. Well.
I mean, what he said was an image is a mapping. Like,
no, I think he said. Wait, go back, because I'm pretty sure he said like.
Oh, I should put the.
Oh, that would be helpful. Yeah.
What an image is, it's basically the product of a mapping. God maps Himself into each human.
Also,
yeah, God maps Himself into. Yeah.
It's each human exposed brain. Also,
yeah, that's what God does.
How thick is the skull? Because I feel like the distance between the brain matter here and like.
Oh, and
the circulatory system is exaggerated.
Yeah. That yes.
Being.
But this is AI, so.
Yeah, but this isn't. This is
that's God.
Of somebody going into hyperspace.
No, it's God going into the human and mapping Himself onto.
Oh, is this like when the Lord came upon Mary? Is this what it looked like?
No, that was definitely not consensual. And this is
I definitely said it was.
personal thing that God is doing for us, right? And I don't understand how anybody can say that it's any different.
I would imagine there's a lot you don't understand.
We reflect the structure of the universe. Each one of us, we're carried by it. Everything we do, we exist in a medium. What does that mean?
Oh, hey,
Oh man.
real quick, we got a raid. Welcome, Skeptic Haven, and thank you for sharing your community with us.
Hello, motherfucker.
We are learning a definition of God, and you were just in time.
I feel like this is about to go into ether theory.
We are. It's going to go into so many things because
He's a genius.
Chris Langan is a special guy.
The smartest special guy
Oh,
in
yeah.
the
Yeah,
whole wide
definitely.
world.
Yep. Of all time.
Right? Where did it come from? What holds it together? What is the unifying coherence, the source of coherence of that medium?
Now, is your claim?
Hold on. I feel like I might understand what he's talking about. What he's saying is that with every utterance, you are forced to acknowledge the metaphysical substrate and ultimate question of whether or not there is a God. Okay? I learned that from the great, brilliant scholar Darth Dawkins.
But can you ground that in like an ultimate moral
Metaphysical
foundation? Yeah.
The cognitive theoretic model of the universe is my grounding in a metaphysical ultimate that has been revealed to me by special revelation of Jesus Christ.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Claim that is your claim a pantheistic claim that God is the universe or the universe is God, and that's that?
I like that question, actually.
I mean, it's a good question. I don't know if he understands it.
No, I don't think
I
either
also
of us
don't
understand
know that.
it. I don't know why I understand it, but at least I'm honest.
Well, I mean, it's hard to understand because there's no like dogma on it. You talk to pantheist. If you talk to one pantheist, you've talked to one pantheist.
I thought you were going to say if you've talked to one pantheist, you've talked to all of them, because linguistically that joke works. Right?
Or no? Or is God outside of the universe and created?
God is greater than, well, what is the universe?
Damned if I know.
You ever hear the simulation hypothesis?
Yes.
That's not an answer.
About what? I mean, but
He
what
asked
if it
him,
is?
no, he asked him, are you a pantheist or a panentheist? And he was like, well, what's the universe?
Yeah, because he wants to talk about the simulation hypothesis. Apparently, there was a paper that came out from like an actual physicist who like which I have not read, but at least seems like a genuinely interesting article. And this guy is like, when you formalize the concept of simulation hypothesis, you run into big problems and contradictions. So that like the idea, as this guy was trying to formalize it in a paper he wrote, which I kind of hope that other people like respond to it. It's like, this doesn't actually, like, it's hard to turn this into a model that actually makes sense, because
Because he's a goddamn idiot.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, just primarily, we're gonna try to, because like if anybody can like steel man an idiot, it's Vandy. But even still,
Physics is hard,
it is.
right, Leo?
An hypothesis is
You're gonna get
basically the
Leo
idea.
back,
The reality we see around us, physical
He's in the chat.
reality is simulated.
No,
amongst
yeah,
each other.
he's been in the chat a lot, and I do appreciate that. He likes our physics streams. I to the extent that this is a physics stream.
Fair
So-
enough.
Or a computer.
Yeah, some alien somewhere have just they've fooled us.
The idea is that you've got some kind of an automaton running, you've got a simulation running on it. And God, it's more panentheistic. You know what panentheism is?
I do.
Bro, you're, I
Okay.
mean, not, okay.
I think I do, but that means that we are in God. Let me know how I've gone wrong. We are in God, and God is in us. And it is not merely that God and the creation are one and the same, but they are quite related. So that's something approaching panentheism.
But yeah, I mean, it's like I
So
said.
he had the he
Yeah, I
had
mean,
the
yeah, it's
so
the
honestly,
universe.
given what
I'm sorry. Yeah, like pantheism is the universe is God, and panentheism is the universe is like inside of God, I guess. Like usually people when I
they're
hear
like
people talk about
interpervading, I guess.
yeah, but normally when, I only say that because lately when I've been hearing like panentheists, they call themselves Christians. I guess because they've decided that the God is Yahweh, but like we're all in the mind of God. And I'm like that there's a lot of issues with that too. But and again, it's hard for me to like say, okay, this is what all this is panentheism because like when you go out, let's say go outside and touch grass, but I like to know what people think, like how they're applying terms, and it's just so hard to get two people in the same like 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 it's panentheism. Like this is it's this
Yeah.
easier to get to and which is weird. There's I don't know. I personally, again, all like anecdotal. When I talk to pantheists, more commonalities than panentheists. They take way more
Yeah,
liberties with the.
I had never heard of this term before today.
Oh wait,
Well, I guess
seriously?
yesterday.
Oh
Yeah, panenthe. I mean, probably I have heard of it, and it's just that it's so close to pantheism that
yeah. I'm
without
like with
paying
a lot
attention
of
to it and
like.
thinking about it, because like given like I'm just reading this, and it's the first sentence here.
Hmm.
That's the pan part, the belief that the divine intersects every part
Hmm.
and extends beyond. But then the last sentence here, that panentheism maintains the ontological distinction between the divine and the non-divine. So you still have this duality where
Hmm.
pantheism kind of more erases that duality to some extent, or at least I think that that is sort of the what a
Pantheism does,
panentheist
yeah.
would say about pantheism.
Yeah, I and again, not speaking hashtag not all pantheist. Yeah, generally everything is God. And not that it's there is a God out there's a part of what like everything that is God, and then there's other parts of God that's just God. And again, it's hard for me to I don't know. It's hard for me to generalize because I'm thinking about like all these conversations I've had and I don't know. I don't know that there's a great definition for it. The way that it's used. But yeah. We'll go
Yeah.
with Wikipedia.
think I do, but that means that we are in God. Let me know how I've gone wrong. We are in God, and God is in us. And it is not merely that God and the creation are one and the same, but they are quite related. So that's something approaching panentheism?
A little bit, yes.
Okay.
There's the idea is that you've got the physical universe that you see around you, but God is not confined to the physical universe. Okay? See, there's a
Did they just messed up his voice there?
universe that you
Wait,
see
with
around
the
you,
thunder?
Yeah, listen.
but God is not confined to the physical universe.
To the physical universe.
Oh, okay.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, the physical
See,
universe.
there's an ordinary pantheist assumes that God is somehow confined to the universe, that there is just what we see around us, and God is in every piece of it. God is distributed over it.
Yeah.
Right? But it's a little bit more complex than that, because this part of the universe that we see around us
The fuck is this map?
cannot exist just by itself.
Yeah.
Okay? There are certain things that it entails, and when you go into those entailments,
It
that's how you
almost
get
looks
to
like
God.
one of those like greater Earth maps.
Yeah, actually, like when I actually paused and looked at it, it actually kind of did look like a
Because this
potentially interesting map that just I wouldn't have done it this way, but this
It's
actually
not-
has a lot of cool stuff in it because
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely a lot of cool stuff in it. I don't.
it seems to be
like
a
this
logarithmic
stuff.
distance scale to some extent, right? And as you go out farther, you get into like weird void stuff, and so
I don't like this map though.
I also don't like it, but like I respect the effort and what this map is trying to do.
Okay.
part of the universe that we see around us cannot exist just by itself.
Also, it looks like an eye. That's its whole deal.
I'm thinking that maybe that's what it was going for. Like when I first, like at a precursory, like kind of glance, I was just like, "Is this a greater Earth map?" I mean, I know it doesn't
Right?
look like, but like that, when you get
The
the rings and the
greater Earth, and
circles,
you've got
and
like the
then
local Earth, and then you've got like the other
yeah,
Earth. It's like you guys. So you guys still believe the Earth? Because a lot of those people, they think the Earth is round. It's just real big, and I'm like, why are you? That's the worst of both worlds.
I almost, I almost did a video on it. It wasn't quite crazy enough for us, but it was weird.
Oh
It
yes,
kind of
yes.
had. I'll show it to you. Maybe next time it's just me and you. If you want to go over it, we can. But it looks almost like a snow globe. You know the snow globes where you have like the ball at the, what was this? Yeah. Well, I guess it was like a ball at the top, and that's what we're on now, the little ball at the top. But then like it kind of flows out, like
Yeah.
where flat earthers think the ice wall
That's
is.
cool.
It just kind
Yeah.
of flows out,
Oh,
and then you get the second ring, and then there's another. It flows out again, and then that's where you get the third ring. So
well,
it's
where's the
not
turtle?
flat. It's not a flat Earth. It's more of a snow globe Earth. I know it. Yeah, it's weird. I'll send you the videos.
Okay? There are certain things that it entails. And when you go into those entailments, that's how you get to God. That's how you get to the identity of reality. Okay? And now to get back to the reality of self-simulation, or at least that's what I call it, self-simulation. But to get back to the simulation hypothesis, that we're living in the display of that simulation. In addition to the display, there's also a processing aspect. Okay? And God captures
Wait.
both of those.
What is happening?
Well, okay, yeah, because like there's what he's talking about, and then there's what they're showing us on the screen, and I'm pretty sure it's just like the editor's rendition of like whatever it is they think he's trying to say.
I
Um, but
guess, but it's very unclear.
yeah, yeah.
It captures both the display and the processor.
What do you mean? I hate to put it in the.
Well, I mean, okay, here's the display. You realize the display contains states.
Yep.
Okay, you see things, the objects contains it. States.
The display contains states. Okay.
Yeah. States.
We can. This is going to be a self-contained thought that at least we can follow. What it means is unclear, but I remember the chunk of the video.
Yeah, I mean,
There are states.
yeah, I mean,
And
there's multiple definition of states, so let's see which one he's going to throw at us.
yeah.
Just static. You realize the display contains states.
Yep.
Okay, you see things, the objects contains it. States are static. That's why they're called states. Okay, static. How do they change? Well, they have to be processed. Something has to
Okay.
process.
Yeah.
And in the calculus, for example, those are tiny little infinitesimal intervals. Okay, but they are not actually contained in the states themselves.
Oh my God.
Okay, so we've got a state, and then we've got a process, and that has to do with the calculus. But
Are these
I don't know.
kind of look like electrons?
Yeah, I mean, or some like pervasive lattice. So actually, what I
Sure,
think
yeah.
might be going on here is
Mhm.
several of these visualizations, this visualization, for example,
Okay.
and
In addition to the display,
this one, this
Okay.
visualization also, those look like visualizations that you would bring up when describing something called gauge symmetries.
Thank you. That was the term I was looking for. Because
I'm
I don't
very
do this in
impressed.
my
That is,
daily life.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, I'm very impressed. Gauge symmetries are a concept that I struggle to explain. I'm not. It's
You
not
explained
something.
it to me.
Well, because so what a gauge symmetry is, it's basically like a thing that you have freedom to choose. It's not fixed by your theory, and you can choose it, and some choices are more convenient for certain types of calculations. So in electromagnetic theory, you've got the Lorentz gauge, and you've got the Coulomb gauge, and these are different conventions that you use in defining like the relationship between the observed physical fields, the electric and the magnetic field, and the potentials, the vector potential and the electric potential. And because of the way the math works, there are multiple sort of things that when you take the derivative of it, it gives you the like magnetic field, but you have freedom in that, and some of those different choices, some of those gauge choices, allow you to do certain types of calculations much more easily than other choices. So,
Okay. Yeah.
a theory that is a gauge theory has this sort of degree of freedom, and that is often described as being like at every point in space, the phase of a field is
Mhm.
something that you can freely choose, and that's what these little arrows here would be indicating. That is just my vibe based on what I'm looking at. It looks like the kind of graphic that you would use to sort of visualize something like that. And
Okay.
then
Right.
this is just general relativity. This is not the same thing. So this
Right.
is not that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, everybody's seen this.
but
Um.
the color is doing that basically.
And then there's whatever the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, yeah. Then there's that, which
Process. Something has to
Okay.
process.
Yeah.
And
yes, exactly. Gauge symmetry is what you get when you're a Lagrangian, which is a characterization of the various sort of of the system, how its energy is divvied up in certain ways, is invariant and unchanging under certain transformations. So that invariance allows a freedom in choice, and then you can break that symmetry in under certain
Oh, see, this makes more sense. The first one, I'm just like, oh, Leo's saying words again.
yeah.
Pretty sure those are all words. This makes sense.
Yes, this statement by Leo is also that is true broadly of like what symmetries fundamentally are. Like a symmetry is a transformation that you can make, and you still have something preserved about the original thing.
Mhm.
And they're very important in physics.
Yeah. Well,
Partially because of Noether's theorem. Like you can derive conservation of energy from something else. You can derive that,
sure.
which is a lot of people, and for a long time, the conservation law itself was the first principle.
Mhm.
That's not true now. Now
What?
we understand that
Did
it is a
that
conservation
change?
symmetry. Yeah.
You mean that I can't just take what I learned in high school science and apply it for the rest of my life forever?
No, you can pretty much do exactly that. You'll be fine. Yeah.
Well, no, okay. We'll move
Well,
on.
I mean, if you're a physicist, then no, you can't. But like generally speaking, the physics that you like everybody learned in high school, if you're not a physicist, you're fine. You don't need to know unless you're
Fair
gonna
enough.
talk about it and have bad opinions about it. You don't need to know. Like it's
Okay,
fine.
well, I would like to just keep up with you, and all I really know is high school physics and like some stuff that I pick up from like osmosis.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
the calculus, for example, those are tiny little infinitesimal intervals, okay? But they're not actually contained in the states themselves. They have a neighborhood, a little tangent space or what have you, where you can sort of draw little vectors that suggest that some kind of processing is going on. But the idea of being a state and being a process, those are two different things.
Yeah.
I don't
Davis
think
is
that,
famously good at math.
yeah.
He remembers everything from high school so well.
It's not obvious to me that the concept of tangent space is necessarily connected to the concept of a gauge symmetry. But
Yeah,
it
it's not
probably is a
apparent to
lot.
me either. But I'm not even sure I ever learned that. So
In the ordinary way of looking at it, okay? It turns
I have no idea what that last graphic was supposed to show, by the way. None. Just
out
I'm
that you can't
thinking that this is, I,
Death
I,
Star.
yeah, just like visuals to keep people engaged with the video, because just like watching some guy talk about shit is not going to get as keep the views quite as long as showing the showing this for like 6 seconds and
Mhm.
people saying what the fuck is that, and
Right.
before they figure it out, you're onto another picture where they're asking the same question again.
Indeed.
And that's how you keep viewer attention. Well played, Fox News. Well played.
Can't properly describe reality and causation at all unless you put those things together
You know what I mean?
somehow. And that's what it takes God to do.
What is happening
God-
right now?
I have no idea.
How does it relate to what he's saying
Unless
at
you put
all?
those things together.
Why are there weird, like, is this,
Like, I mean, are we fertilizing like an egg? I don't understand what's happening right now.
me neither.
Together somehow. And that's what it takes God to do. Okay? God provides the processing functionality for your state. You have an internal state, an external state. You're a material human being, right? But to explain how that is changing through time, and maintaining its coherence through time, even as it changes, that's what you need God for.
No. What?
Well, okay.
I don't.
That's
Wait, hold on. Are you saying that for continuity of like of anything, you need God manually holding together the universe at all moments?
well, what else would you like ground your moral foundation in if not God? You can't know anything, and that's the tag argument.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're for God.
Yeah, I certainly agree with that entirely. And so I might not be sophisticated enough to parse all of the quibbles that there might be, but broadly speaking, as a Christian, so much of what you're saying resonates as obviously true for me.
It's not even sure that so much of what he's saying is truth apt. Like I don't think you can assign a truth value to it.
Well, he's not giving us facts. He's just making statements so that we know how smart he is. Because, like as Professor Dave was saying, it's just like, he can just throw out a bunch of people like, Newton and Einstein and, Michelangelo, like people who actually like furthered their field. And then there's this asshole who barely got out of high school because he was so smart. So he has this paper where he uses physics to find God. And that's how you know he's smart. And that's called a fact.
That's not what that's called, Maya.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Idea that, I'm a member of the body of Christ. The idea that God creates the world in this great act of love, this great act of charity.
Self-love.
That's called a belief. Or
Yeah,
faith.
also,
Or faith, yeah.
Yeah, well,
self-love. Don't forget, you're an image of God.
Right.
So in loving Himself, God loves you.
And God, and
you're supposed to love God back.
Right, and this ties into something like the Trinity,
God
right?
loves
The idea that
himself.
God.
I thought that was a sin.
it's only a sin if you spill it on the ground.
Socks count?
Yes, they count as the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to do it in your brother's widow.
There's three persons
Right,
in one divine
yeah.
unity. So all of this is making a lot of sense to me. So now how do I make sense of consciousness?
Bro, that's a big question.
Well,
How
it
do I
turns
make
out
sense of
that in order to
consciousness?
We got Chris here to solve the hard problem of consciousness.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's helpful. What do you think it is, smartest man on earth?
If I say any, sorry, I thought you were asking me.
quantize that theory.
And then I realized the second half of your sentence. I don't like to opine about the hard problem of consciousness because Leo will yell at me.
Fair.
Theory that I was talking about, that theory of identity, where you've got the display and you've got the processor, and it's handling both. It turns out that in order to
question is he answering here?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
I guess what consciousness is?
handle both of those
That's
things,
not
you
an
need-
answer to that question.
Well, no, but I mean,
Okay.
need a certain kind of quantum. That quantum is called
Oh.
an identity operator.
Obviously. What is consciousness? It's a quantum identity operator. Well, now that that's solved,
that's dumb and bad and wrong. Okay, identity operators they're absolutely a thing. An identity operator is a thing. It's an operator that when you apply it to a state, it returns the same state.
Right. Oh, and that's consciousness. Okay. I'm learning all kinds of things today.
Yeah, no. See, I never
I was
said
told something
that.
completely different, but it's whatever.
Idempotent is a great word though. And idempotence is idempotence is a property, whereupon if you apply the same thing multiple times, you just get the same answer again. And an identity operator is a thing that you do, and it just gives you back the same thing. Okay. Multiplying by 1 is an identity operation.
Ah, gotcha.
Adding 0 is an identity operation. Okay. Those are also idempotent. If you add 0 and then you add 0 again and then you add 0 again, you just keep getting the same thing that you do.
All right, thank you for saying, because I was like totally going on with, I watched too much nonsense where it's just like, is this like some like QAnon shit? Like where they're just like, hey, if you add this and then you take this other number for no reason and this other number for no reason, you get 666. And that's why Obama's the Antichrist. I'm like,
yeah, okay. No, idempotence is a real thing. Gotcha. It's something that I literally have a function in my code base called idempotent queue that tests objects so that when they rebuild themselves in my code, they rebuild themselves to exactly the same thing that they did before to make sure that I haven't like missed a thing.
Well, yeah, because I mean, if it wasn't doing that, that would be bad.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I want to have the like when I do a thing, I want to have it give me the same answer in this every time. So, yeah.
God is the identity. So obviously these little quanta, they have to be, they're doing things, they're processing, so we can call them off.
All right. I'm on the same page.
Is it the page that I ripped out of my Bible so that I could roll a blunt with it?
I don't know. Apparently, like the Bible equals science right now. So I guess it's where we are.
Operators, right? They are identity operators. Okay? The identity operator it takes input from the outside world, recognizes it or accepts it using syntax, processes it, and then returns it to the world as external state. Okay, so things come
about, dude. That's what.
Well, identity equals God, and those are the little identity operators, or e.g., consciousness. And you can just feed input into that and get out God.
I guess, but he's talking about operators as though they're interacting with the world and stuff.
Yeah, like God does.
Come in, then they're processed, right? There's throughput.
Smart. You can't expect to understand him.
That's true. I mean, the second half of that is true.
Which is, you could call that the subjective or internal state of the identity operator, and then it's returned to the...
Subjective or internal state of the identity... Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so if you have... Oh my God. I can write down the identity operator. It's the identity matrix.
All right. Do you have your board handy? Oh, cool. All right. So while you're doing that, I am going to showcase the...
Actually,
yeah.
I need to step out for 1 moment.
Oh, God damn it. All right. Yeah. Hurry. It's okay. The weasels need to get high or something. All right. So for $2, the Sinister Purpose says, God is generative. AI is both original and stupid. These are facts, kids. You know what? And while we're waiting for Vandy, I'm sorry. I'm tired. It's been a long day. We're going to do something fun. Wait. Ooh, new fun.
Meet Kip, named after a biblical scholar, holds 0 degrees, yet remains deeply authoritative. At Kip Academy, she teaches advanced disciplines like ethical trait distribution, comparative couch theology, and vigorous face licking. Questioning authority is encouraged. Not all treats are created equal. Each snack undergoes rigorous evaluation using the sniff, lick, and snare methodology. Some are rejected. Some are accepted. Some are declared non-canonical. Ask Kip about theology. Ask Kip about life. Ask Kip if you should go outside. She will not answer, but she will judge you. Kip, named for a scholar. Correct about vibes.
Yay! Oh, okay.
This is an identity operator. It's very boring. It is a matrix. It is the identity matrix. It has ones on the diagonal. So if you operate on it on any state vector, C1, not Ci, and C2, you know what's going to happen? You're going to get this times this plus this times this over this times this plus this times this. And it turns out that just gives you the original thing. It is a very, very, very boring thing. Do you see God?
Well, you didn't you didn't do the whole thing. So maybe when it equals I. Hey,
it equals I for identity.
Or imaginary.
Oh
no, that's not the right one.
Yeah, no. The I you're thinking of is the lowercase I.
Yeah, that one.
Which
All
is
right. Yeah, well, that's the wrong God, Vandy.
You can also write the identity operator more generally as a thumb.
A thumb?
A sum.
Thumb.
Of pet times bra.
Oh, you can't be doing all that. You're confusing Kip.
Right? Well, fair enough. I'm confusing myself. But the words that he's saying have meanings. None of those meanings have anything to do with God.
But God is at the very top.
I've always said that you're at the top.
I'm a goddess. Look, and don't get me all confused with all this. This isn't even math. Look, you're confusing poor Kip.
Excuse me, are y'all with the cult?
We are.
External universe. So what I'm saying is that's conscious.
Wait. We haven't announced the cultist, and people get mad at me when I don't do that. So Joshua G's has gifted us 5 new cultists. Let me find my camera. 5 of them. 5 of the motherfuckers. One of them went to Leo Phileas, friend of the show. And then we have Kristen Honeycutt. Dion Lachey. Brenta. Johnny. I'm going to go with Johnny. All right. So welcome and welcome back, motherfuckers. Please enjoy your tapioca weasels, your nitties and vaginas. Oh, look at the chat. It's all green. I love it. Thank you, Joshua. You're cool peeps.
And I'm saying that consciousness exists in every part of the universe because those are the quanta.
That's what I'm asking. Are you telling me that this table is conscious?
In that sense, yes, generically conscious. But it's relying on our consciousness to do it. There's levels of quanta, okay? These are tertiary quanta. They're all.
I cannot think of a way to steelman in a clear way the statement there are levels of quanta. Except for in a boring way where you learn about some things, then you learn about other. That's not a statement that makes sense.
Oh, I don't know why we're showing this. These are like neurons. You find them in the brain.
Not in his brain.
Oh, no. Not
put together using physical localistic forces, right? But those are underdeterminative. They don't fully determine what happens. Why? The Heisenberg uncertainty principle, for example, it tells you that, the quantum rules that.
What are we doing?
I don't know. That's true.
For $2, the Sinister Purpose says, stay away from magnets and math is easier. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. And then Glenda, might be your first BSS. I know Glenda's been in our chat before, but I think it's been for I don't know. I'm just my drama streams. I'm not a drama streamer, Vandy. I don't know. I don't like it when people make my life hard.
Maya, I'm your co-host.
This is true. Oh,
Probabilistic.
Sinister Porpoise is sending love.
No, she's not. That's not what love looks like. Although, actually, I could parse that in a way. I mean, there was a no sign before the magnet, so yeah, okay, I can work with it.
Right. They don't actually determine events.
Quantinary.
I like it.
Okay? So what determines events? We do. We don't know how we do it, but we do it. When everybody's will is put together, we're all creating the best possible universe we can for ourselves. And God is what harmonizes all of our different perspectives and makes things happen for all of us at the same time.
God harmonizes all of our perspectives.
Yeah, that's why we all agree.
Oh, God is doing a shit job in the United States. I'm just saying.
Maya, you haven't had any interpersonal conflicts with anybody.
I can't think of anybody rational that I've had a disagreement with. That's not a dig at you.
I felt like it is.
But I do
Sadly,
want to thank Marion, who is
we
a
oftentimes
very
make mistakes.
rational person. Are you supposed to be back on? I thought I told you to make a thing so that you could go back on her show because that makes me happy.
I did go back on her show. Well,
No,
I mean,
like-
not since the last time I was on, but that's tautologically true.
God damn.
But it was like 2 months ago. It wasn't like a year ago. I've been
Again.
Well, okay, yeah. Sure.
All right. But Marion has been a member, a cultist for 10 months. Marion, please enjoy your tapioca weasels, your nitties and vaginas.
Excuse me, are y'all with the cult?
Yes,
Marion's
yes.
with the cult.
And that's what we have to get out of doing, but we can't get out of doing it until we understand what reality is, what we are, and what the relationship between those two things is.
Do we really do much of anything at all in the sense, do we have free will?
Yes, we do.
No, we
have to
don't.
have free will.
Yeah, I don't
Sorry.
think we do.
I'm sorry. You guys are more than welcome to believe in free will, but it just kind of like fucks up my whole field. So
It kind of fucks up my field too.
just a little bit.
Well, basically, what you've got is you've got a bunch of quantum fields in superposition, and then those fields consist of little fluctuations, little quantum fluctuations, right? Where is the fixed array? We were talking about manifold, right, with a bunch of zero-dimensional points.
Yep.
Okay, those two things are not compatible. Okay.
Hold on, what two things are not compatible?
Quantum field theory and that fixed array
I'm
manifold,
thinking it
where you
was
can
like-
parameterize all of the causal functions.
Just nothing's firing up there. Nothing's connecting.
No,
Oh
it was
god.
all the like if there's like there some of the things he says are like thought provoking in potentially interesting ways. I'm not giving him that benefit of the doubt because he's full of shit. Like this guy is
full of
a
shit.
weird narcissist dude. I don't know, but he's full of shit.
Yes.
But this guy is smarter than most of the people that we cover.
Okay.
I think. I just think that
I don't know. Okay.
he's I'm not going to die on that hill. It's just that he was so unengaged in
What happened to your screen?
the actual like
Okay. Sorry.
to my
I'm
screen.
listening.
He's so unengaged in how people actually, rigorously think about these topics that it doesn't matter that he actually probably does have some neurons firing upstairs. It's just that they're
I mean, he's maybe a step above
I don't know what's up with this
Roger.
dude, but he's me thinking that he's smarter than most of the people that we covered.
That high
200
bar.
IQ ain't even close. Like,
Yeah, no. The bar is still subterranean, as you like to say.
the bar is subterranean. Yes.
But my unfinished journey has been occultist for 7 months. And Journey says, Hail Maya and Tab and the instantiation of magnetology. I like that. What? I do.
Excuse me, are y'all with the cult?
Please continue to enjoy your topical weasels, your nitties, and vaginas. You can continue to press the play button. Wait. Are you... All right, is it just me or is he frozen? Oh no, now it's me again. All right, well, when you guys told me before that, what do you call it? This is bad. Like, it's not even like he's frozen. He's actually left the entire... Okay,
That time it was me.
Yeah, that was totally you.
That one was me.
You completely left the
I can back that up with looking at my task manager. Every other time, I'm pretty sure you're haunted.
Yeah, no, the chat said that. So you're back. Unless I'm still haunted.
Well, I mean,
fit together.
Often the conversation, especially these days, becomes this sort of shallow discussion of, well, this caused this, and I'm going to describe a totally deterministic system, and so as a result
that was
of this causing...
two galaxies colliding.
Yes, it was.
And then turning into a single star. What happened?
Often the conversation, especially these days, becomes this sort of shallow discussion of, well, this caused this, and...
You just zoomed out. They just zoomed out.
Okay.
And
Sure.
are now, I guess, transitioning into another graphic. Like that's
okay.
I'm going to...
Sure.
Because there's suddenly, or hold on. Did you ever see Interstellar?
Yeah.
You remember the random Tesseract grid bullshit nonsense that didn't...
It did register as bullshit nonsense. I mean, it's fine because it was a movie, so I could suspend belief.
Right, yeah, it's like totally fine. Especially because, like, it's super weird with that movie because they worked really hard on getting various details about the black hole to, like, multiple papers.
Yeah, no, it was totally cool until he entered it.
Yeah. All of that narrative stuff, though, it's so obviously, well... It's not obvious to everybody. It's like why I do the show, right? But yeah.
To describe a totally deterministic system, and so as a result of this causing this, causing this, causing this, you don't have free will. And you're saying cause is actually more complicated than just cause.
That's correct. In other words, talking about free will in those terms is osios. Means nothing.
Yeah.
Is what? What word did he just use?
I'm not really only catching half of his words because they're not in any particular order for me. God damn it. Are you back?
That's not me this time. Yeah,
I'm
sure? Back. No. See, oh, now you're green.
I'm green?
No, I just made that up.
I was going to say.
Can't get anywhere with it.
I heard it's not easy being green.
It's not easy being green.
Hey, but Journey is throwing money at me. I like that. And so, I'm sorry, my unfinished sock, isn't he adorable? Anyways, for $5, my unfinished sock says, don't parameterize the causal functions of magnetology. Oh, that's interesting. Is that in relation to that graphic where the galaxies were colliding and then, like, I don't know.
No, I think this is a magnet joke at my expense. I think that's all.
Oh, magnets. All right, I'm here for it. Right? Oh yeah, we're not done. I'll just say it over for $5. My unfinished sock says, "Don't parameterize the causal functions of magnetology. Like and share the stream instead." Yes. How are we on likes for the stream? Because I feel like we're under liked.
The word is causal, as pertaining to cause, not casual. But it's one of those words that it.
Oh, causal. I'm sorry. You know.
Yeah. No. You're right.
You're right.
That's one of those words that is it.
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, I read casual far more often than I read causal. So sorry about that, Journey. Fucked up your whole thing there. And the rest of you motherfuckers, like, hit the like button. There's at least 18 people that have not hit the like button.
Me up more.
Oh, God damn it. All right. Well, I don't know jokes and tricks, and Vandy has the video. Here we go. Hi. This is the best stream.
Hi. It's not the worst it's ever been.
No, I'll give you that.
Okay. Never mind.
Reality is actually generative. Okay, it's not just fixed manifold. Everything is being created all the time. Not just our states. Our states are being recreated, right? You know, I can cross my legs. I can uncross my leg. That's the changing state. Yeah. But the medium around us is changing. When I look at you, I'm seeing Michael Knowles. Okay, I'm seeing you sitting there.
What the fuck is he even
But that means that
talking about?
I mean, dude, he's mentioned the word manifold a bunch of times, and like, is he gonna make me explain what a manifold is? Because I don't know if I can off the top of my head precisely enough. A manifold is a space that has that is continuous and has like a local dimension that is constant over like the surface. Is that helpful? I didn't think so either.
I don't know what to do with any of that.
Like it basically means something that is like smooth. Well, I don't know if it has to be smooth. I don't think manifolds don't have to be differentiable, but they have to be sort of like continuous in some way. Isolated points do not, I think, form a manifold. I think. I could be wrong. But it has to be continuous in a way that is sort of consistent in terms of what it means to like be in the space. If it's two-dimensional, it has to be two-dimensional everywhere. If you have like a disk that's filled in, that's a manifold. If you have a disk and then you just draw a line off to the side, that's no longer a manifold because you've changed, like there are two different parts of that set that have different dimension. Like the line is a one-dimensional sort of thing that sticks off. So the whole thing can't be a manifold. I got
a manifold part of an engine.
I
have no idea what it is.
Like it is. Yeah,
I have no idea what it is. So Journey is saying parameterize the causal functions is part of what Super Doofus said. As far as magnets go, I have no idea what the fuck is going on about. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. Great.
I don't believe that.
I'm seeing your boundary. I'm seeing what distinguishes you from the external environment, right? There's a medium around you. So I have to be regenerating that at the same time as I'm regenerating your state in my head, okay? And when I say regenerating, so the reason I'm doing that, I could also say I'm recognizing Michael Knowles, I'm recognizing your state right now, but I'm also recognizing the state of the medium around you, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to distinguish you from the medium and you wouldn't exist at all.
Right.
What is any of this? Wait, he's just like, right. Did I miss the topic?
The point where he was right? Well, to be fair, the topic is now consciousness.
Are we still talking about God?
I guess they think that consciousness and God are inextricably linked, which, I mean, not the weirdest position.
No, it's not. No, yeah. I mean, I think most people of faith would agree with that.
Right.
But like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, right. Duh, God.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
Sort of like a little baby, right? Has trouble recognizing the limits of things and recognizing what some individual object might be from, you know, the glass on the table. They have trouble distinguishing those.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Okay, the baby has to learn to distinguish those boundaries.
What was he saying was the baby? Do you have any idea what he was saying was the baby? Like, he said it's like a baby.
Yeah, I'm not following him at all. This is in my wheelhouse, though. Can we go back? I'll see if I can, what I can do to still man this.
So here we're talking about regenerating the state in your head. Like that I can sort of imagine is like your brain is constantly making like a model of reality and stuff like that.
Okay.
But from there,
when I say regenerating, so the reason I'm doing that, I could also say I'm recognizing Michael Knowles, I'm recognizing your state right now, but I'm also recognizing the state of the medium around you, because
How
otherwise,
the fuck is that
I wouldn't be able to distinguish
regenerating?
you.
I'm sorry.
Well, because at every moment you've got to regenerate your recognition of the state
Just
of Michael Knowles.
processing.
What if Michael Knowles suddenly gets attacked by a bobcat, right?
Like, one could hope.
Yeah, right, but like, if how many bobcats are there? Or when are the bobcats going to attack you?
Oh, you
This
don't
is
have
a
to you
problem
don't
I
have to
run into
process
a
that.
shocking amount at
You
Stanford.
don't have to process that. You don't have to regenerate it. I like the a lot of people think that like if like you're about to get hit by like a car or like a lion just like pounces right at you, like your mind just wouldn't even process that. Like it would just, you would just think happy thoughts until, the end there.
Yeah, but he has
We
an
don't
IQ of
know, but I just like, you don't have to process. Like we know that people don't always do that.
Yeah, but he has an IQ of 200, right? So he's going to
Right.
process
So yeah,
everything.
he's beyond processing. He regenerates now.
Yeah,
Okay,
like,
we'll go with that.
you ever see that movie with John Travolta, the one where he's like he becomes a crazy genius, and then like I'm pretty sure it was based on this guy. It's actually possible that that's partially true.
I have no idea what movie you're talking about.
I also
but-
can't remember what it was called. I thought like The Phenomenon or something like that.
All right, we were
The
getting to a
medium.
baby. It's not even on a barbecue. Like, why is it here?
I love you.
It wouldn't exist at all.
Right. Well, it's sort of like a little baby, right? Has trouble recognizing the limits of things and recognizing what some individual object might be from, the glass on the table. They have trouble distinguishing.
No, it has to learn everything. It just like it has trouble. It's like, God damn it! It doesn't have
Also,
trouble
because
doing
it's
that.
like what is like a baby? What is the it's in the it's like a baby?
Distinguishing those things.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Okay, the baby has to learn to distinguish those boundaries. And it has to receive the right visual cues at the right age so that it can actually learn how to do that.
Yeah. So now we're at metacausation.
No.
So what
No, God, no.
Well, I mean, if you took a baby that had perfectly functioning
All right,
like
you're gonna
eyes
make
and
me lose my train of thought. Stop talking. All right. Everybody gets the same stimulus, right? We learn at there are different stages of development. So, whether it's like processing depth perception, like you're just going to pick it up, well, a baby, picks it up at, usually it's around the age they start crawling around. Like you're learn. These are things that we learn. We know that it's things that we learn because we know that there are tribes in like dense forest that don't have the same depth perception. It's actually kind of cool because like, and we know this because like we would draw like two different like men in two different heights, like on the path. And so like me and you, we would say, oh, this person's smaller because he's in the distance. But like for those people in the tribes that are in like, let's say, I don't know, I can't remember the word, but like, let's say it was the Amazon or someplace with really thick brush or dense foliage or whatever. Since most things are like really in their face, they don't learn, their brains don't really process or learn that depth perception. So they actually think the one man is just smaller than the other. So, I mean, we do know that these are learned and they're learned, our brains pick up on certain things at certain times. And, it's not like, a baby comes out and it's just completely able to process everything the way, no, these are all learned things. Neurons have to connect and they have to be formed. And that's how you learn. And the babies, it's different, but it's not unlike adults. I don't know. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Thank you. Yeah.
is metacausation?
Causation works from past to future, okay? Metacausation works from past to future and from future to past in a closed loop. It's called a expansive cycle. So that's basically what we have to do to quantization in order to make causality work.
I didn't follow any of that.
I'm out.
I got nothing. Metacausation. Hold on. Let me just listen to it.
Okay, metacausation works from past to future and from future to past in a closed loop. It's called a expansive cycle.
Expansive cycle. I've never heard that term, though he does like to make his own terms.
Closed loop.
Yeah. Um, I don't.
So that's basically what we have to do to quantization in order to make causality work.
What do we have to do to it? We have to.
We have to.
We have to
Oh, I know what this is. Vibrations.
go. He
Right. Looks just like them.
hasn't done that yet. I feel like he's about to, though. You're right. But
And of course, when I say causality, I mean metacausation. Okay.
So how does
Because ordinary past to future causality, parameterized by a fixed array, that doesn't work.
parameterized by a fixed array. What is the array?
so I
Unclear.
get past to future. This seems pretty simple. I pick up the glass of water, I put it over here, and now I remember 2 seconds ago that water was over here, and then I caused it to go over there.
Right.
So how do you cause something to go from the future to the past?
Can't go anywhere
Wait,
unless there's
that's not
some place.
causation. Wait, did he say that was causation or?
I mean, he moved the glass. That's why the glass moved. I guess that's.
Well, that's why the glass
I-
moved,
it wasn't-
but like that's
it-
not why he remembered the glass
Well, I
being.
mean, he remembered because photons entered his eyes, and like a brain was tracking input,
I don't
and
know
that
what
input
they're
also involved output of him moving the goddamn glass, right? Like he even had.
This is like trying to argue with a grifter, where it's just like,
I never argue with grifters.
all right, so you know how like when you're arguing with grifters, like my grifters won't talk to me. They'll talk about me, but they won't talk to me because they're bitches. But anyways, when you talk to grifters, usually they'll say things that make sense, but not in the context in which they're speaking. And
Oh.
that kind of reminds me of like what they're doing here. It's just like,
You're operating with grifters that cause you far too much actual, like, full-on, thoughtful stimulation. I argue with flirts, okay?
what?
It's
They have
so much
numbers
easier.
and shapes.
Yeah, but they don't have what you're describing. They don't have, like, an internal coherence that, like, kind of makes sense for a moment. Man, I'm almost never this mean to flirts.
Sorry. I guess I was being too nice to them. And you were like, wait a minute, gotta correct that.
Yeah, it's like just because I like playing with my food doesn't mean I'm not going to eat my food. Okay, you know. It's,
I never get to play with my food. I see trolls, and then other mods are just like, nope, get the fuck out of here, troll. And I'm like, I just playing
yeah,
with that.
okay, like low key. Sometimes I feel like I'm your food.
Well, look, the other mods, I love them, but like they don't let me like just flex on bitches the way like my inner bitch needs to like just roam. So you and Kip are always there. Yeah, sorry about that.
No, man, it's 10 out of 10 would do again.
For it to go.
Yeah.
In the universe, everything changes with time. You're actually, in the theory of relativity, for example, all the points are events.
Yeah.
Okay, and that means that there's a
That's true.
time parameter involved. Okay, so when you take that glass and you move it from there to there, okay, you think that there's a point right there where you're going to move that glass. That's false. Okay, the point to which you are going.
But what if there's a literal point, like a coaster?
Right? Like there's a place. We can see the place.
Yeah.
But we
and we
only
can move
see
it right
like,
there.
like there, right? Like
I mean,
so,
it happens a lot, like daily.
That's what you need for an event. And that was what he just said. He said that all points are events in like relativity, and that's true. You refer to a point in space-time is an event because it's a location, the space part, and a time.
Okay.
So they use the word event because it's semantically slightly different. And I feel like he just made that point and then said that there is. What did he say?
Right there, where you're going to move that from there to there. Okay, you think that there's a point right there where you're going to move that glass. That's false.
Bro, you literally just said that.
Okay, the point to which you are going to move that glass is actually in the future.
That's not what you said. You said that the point at which you are going to move it. You said basically what you were saying was there is a point that you could choose. I mean, we could argue about exactly how to choose that point where the glass is going to move. It's like it's going to start moving from this point on. If the
Okay.
glass moved and before it was still, we've got an intermediate value theorem problem that demonstrates that this is definitely the case. Then you switched your target and said that now we're actually talking about where it's going to move in the future. You're a dishonest asshole, Steve Langham.
Oh shit.
Steve? Chris. I meant Chris. I don't know why I called him Steve.
You know what? Jillian would still probably call Steve.
Steve! That's probably why.
Like Jillian is still not green. What the fuck, Steve?
I don't know why. I don't know. It's so funny to me.
When you pick up that glass, it's
Yeah, yeah.
still in. You
Yep.
understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Okay, that makes sense.
I don't. He's like, you understand what I'm saying? He's like bailing out of it because he's like, oh man, I don't know how to like finish this in a coherent way. And I know.
Right. I was wondering that. I'm like, are we, which, is good for him because like all the grifters I know would just like change, topic for no fucking reason. It's like, wait, are we done talking about this? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Getting back to God. I guess we're always trying to get back to God. God is
We're always trying to get back to God.
That's been you, man. Like Chris he hasn't been pressing that issue. Like he's stayed on the topic, but
Insofar as there is one.
fair enough.
outside of time and space.
Oh,
But
God.
Helpful. Outside of time and space.
Oh,
Outside.
yeah,
A
because that's a
that
thing that
is
can happen.
Explicitly and inexorably linked to the concept of space, at least in a general sense. But outside that.
Yeah, outside of that.
God distributes over time and space, and there's some left over. Time and space is static. It's a display.
Yeah.
Imagine you're a little homunculus inside a computer display, like the Matrix, for example, okay? God not only distributes over that, but there's a whole other domain where God exists.
That would be a different time in a different space.
Yeah.
But it would still be a time and space that the God would be in. Like he's not saying things.
But like, what if it would be? Right?
No, not right. Not coherent. What's north of north? Like the fuck?
South. Wait.
No.
Yeah, but if I say it confidently,
Oh, well, in that case.
Yeah. right?
And that's the processing domain. That's the non-terminal domain in the CTMU. We're in the terminal domain, right? And most
What?
physicists, when they try to
Where did that come from?
right,
We're in the
I don't
terminal.
know,
Wait,
but-
what did I miss?
I don't know.
We're in a
I-
terminal building. Okay.
I don't want to be. He's in the middle of a clause that started with most physicists.
Oh, yeah, that's got to make your brain hurt.
Presently saying that sentence. So I'm gonna back up 5 seconds.
Okay.
non-terminal domain in the CTMU.
domain.
We're in the terminal domain, right? And most physicists, when they try to reason about the terminal domain, they reason
Oh.
under physical confinement.
Okay, I was wrong. There's a terminal domain that most physicists reason about or under.
Yeah, no, they don't. I don't know. I've never heard this term before.
Oh, yeah. They love the Matrix on like
I mean, if you're
varying
gonna talk
levels
about
depending on what you're
simulation
talking about. But yeah, they
To be fair, like
Mhm.
any actual person who's like studied and thought about simulation theory, which is
Mhm.
a thing that most
Yeah, they totally think that there's an Illuminati made of like robots that keep us.
no, but you would mention it, right? Like that would be the
I have
cultural.
never
reference.
ever once mentioned the Matrix without referencing that movie.
Yeah, well, correct. I mean, I referenced a Matrix, the Identity Matrix.
It's
earlier,
very
and I-
different than the movie The Matrix.
Same
And,
goddamn workout.
nobody talks about red pills and blue pills and the they. Not saying rational people that touch grass. Like the people we cover.
I have several blue pills. I have no red pills.
Well,
How many
I can
black
only look at-
pills?
None. I don't. I've never. Does
Oh,
anybody
I-
market a black? No.
Physics.
Yeah. Wait, you
They're-
don't know about
they're
being
like-
black pilled?
I
Okay.
feel like this is a once you go there, you never go back situation.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about being black though.
I
Long
yes,
conversation.
I'm trying to keep it a family friendly show.
I have to use what I know about physics.
No, it's okay.
Well, I can observe
I don't
about
have time to get
physics
into all of it.
everything
It's not a racist.
So they have that kind of explanatory closure.
Yeah.
Going right there.
I'm not going to ask you if I'm going to go to heaven or hell, but will I go to either heaven or hell?
I appreciate that.
This is a valid question, though.
The one that you just raised, or the one that he just asked?
Oh, sorry. I stopped paying attention to him. All right. What did he ask? Oh,
yeah.
No.
Going right there.
I'm not going to ask you if I'm going to go to heaven or hell, but will I go to either heaven or hell?
What the fuck was that?
I appreciated the
okay. I'm not going to ask you which one I'm going to. I just want to know if they exist, is pretty much what he said.
Oh, you're right. I actually thought that he just said he wasn't going to ask a thing, and then he asked exactly
the thing. Yeah,
he didn't. He asked a slightly different thing. So you're right.
Different, yeah.
I actually hadn't picked up on that. I thought it was just funny.
Oh yeah, right. Because Fox News guy, like, why would he make sense? I did have to think that through.
Historia Civilis is a YouTube channel. It's great. They had like a whole video about like Martin Antony or something like that, and he was like, I'm not saying that he murdered his wife and should go to jail, but I am saying that and he should go to jail.
Wow. God. Yeah, I don't know. I was
2,000 years ago. Like, he's not going to get sued.
No, I'm always thinking of the guy who's like, I'm not saying it was aliens, but yes, I fucking am.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You will
no, that's not what this guy is saying.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean,
yeah. Moving on.
After you die. Where you go depends on who Michael Knowles really is.
No, it doesn't.
You would know that better than anyone.
Yeah, I hope I know that better than. But you're telling me I'm going somewhere.
Yes.
You're confident of that. I don't just evaporate. I don't just turn into oblivion.
Why are you?
Well, you can. If you displease God, that's exactly what's going to happen to you. God is going to cut you off.
Is there a heaven and hell, or is there, or are you annihilated?
He didn't. Well,
because that's what Knowles is asking.
Yeah, he implicitly. I feel like he hasn't. Maybe he has, and I just haven't been paying attention because, like,
he's saying you can choose to go to heaven or hell or to be annihilated. Is that what the answer is here?
I think that's what he would only say that. So he said it depends on what kind of person you are. That's where you're going. So right here.
So you can.
You're confident of that. I don't just evaporate. I don't just turn into oblivion.
Well, you can.
So yeah, and that's what Michael is saying. He was like, there is either a heaven and a hell that I go to. Like, I either live forever or I don't. That's what Michael's saying.
Yeah.
And then the idiot is saying, "Oh, well, you can choose."
So I don't know that that's what he means. Is like, I think he's saying that when he says that you can, if you displease, like, this can happen if you do this thing.
Well, which
like,
can happen? Like, do you go to hell or
going
are
to
you?
In this case, because I feel like he just contradicted himself. I feel like
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I feel like this guy is all over the place because
kind of, because grifters, much like our friend Jordan, like to please everybody. So I'm not going to commit to any one thing. Like, if you want to believe in heaven and hell, yeah, sure, do that. Just give me money. You want to believe in annihilation theory? Yeah, just give me money.
You guys should give us money.
Please God. That's.
I don't know. Like, he's just. I don't know who his audience is. It's just, I don't know. I mean,
apparently,
Roger found an audience. Why not this guy?
I mean, this guy also has decades of people printing that he has an IQ of 195,
or 200, depending on how he feels,
or 200. It's one of those things that feels like it creeps up every time.
Right.
Yeah. So
yeah, because I think I saw a video where he was at like 175, and it's like, wait, there are people in the 200s.
Yeah,
exactly what's going to happen to you. God is going to cut you off, and he's going to say, "Oh, I can't see him anymore." He's going to turn away from you, and then you won't be able to reunite. Salvation will be impossible for you, because salvation means that God has got to pull you
That's
back
just
into
the
himself.
definition of hell, though.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's some definition of hell. Yeah.
Okay, but God doesn't want to see you anymore. does he?
Okay, yeah, I guess you could get the fire and brimstone place. I say most. I can't even say most. I don't know what
Right,
the
it's
over under is
unclear.
on this. When I was growing up, people were just like, "Well, hell is a separation from God," and the Bible doesn't really.
I learned that was the position of people that I grew up with after years of assuming that it was the fire and brimstone stuff. Like I remember learning that like my grandfather just didn't believe in hell. I guess he believed in annihilationism.
Mhm.
And when I was like 14 years old, and I was like, wait, hold up. What? That is dramatically less traumatic.
Right.
Like orders of hell is horrifying. Okay?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you just dial everything bad up to all the way, and it's literally the worst you could get. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Maximum pain, maximum suffering, maximum, yeah,
all the
all
time.
of it.
The worst possible thing. It's like people are like, "Oh man, yeah, that sounds like it kind of sucks." I'm like, it's just telling you like. I read Harry Potter. It's the Crucio curse, but constantly and also emotionally. Very distressing.
Yeah.
Exist.
Well, I mean, it has to be very distressing. How else do they guilt you into compliance? Duh.
Well, it didn't even work.
Your physical body is there, but he's not interested anymore because you hate him, you deny his existence, you offend him, so he's not going to look at you, right? So now what happens? Well, okay, you're dead. You still want to live. There's something in you that still desperately wants to live. So
No,
I don't even know what you is anymore, because like I thought we were God.
Yeah. Well, also you said so. The we're dead.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
anymore because you hate him, you deny his existence, you offend him, so he's not going to look at you, right? So now what happens? Well, okay, you're
I
dead.
thought we were God.
Now we're dead.
Okay, fine.
Right? So we're dead.
Yeah, we're
You
dead.
still want to live.
No, I don't. I'm dead. Right? Like,
I mean, yeah, you can't.
this is
You're
more
dead.
the
You can't want anything. I guess maybe you can if you want to. He's not
I don't
clear.
think there's a soul
Hmm?
or something.
Or something.
And I don't think there's any reason to believe that the soul exists. It seems like a very
Well, no, obviously it exists because there's God, so there has to be souls.
I feel like you misunderstand my position.
There's something in you that still desperately wants to live, so it's
Yeah. There's the part of you that still desperately wants to live. It's called a soul, Vandy. Try to catch up.
Do you know how many Horcruxes I have?
No.
Me neither. I've lost them.
still going to be there. What happens now? Well, you try to create your own world for yourself, but if you're a bad person or you're an evil person, what kind of world is that going to be?
Wait,
it's going to be an
okay,
evil world.
so I don't even know how we got here. So, okay, you're dead, but this is if you're evil and dead? Is that where we're at?
Like Emperor Palpatine. Yeah.
Like, is there... I'm just trying to follow his thought. I mean, because he's not providing, like, facts. So, I guess we're going to try to logic through this. So, you die, and you still want to live.
This is where I run into an issue. I'm trying. That was rhetorically softer than how I responded before.
It is fair. Okay, so you still want to live, so you start creating things out of the dead you're in, but you're evil. So that isn't.
I thought you were like saying that there's like dead people around you and you're like making a Frankenstein.
Who fucking knows? He is not. We're getting nothing out of him. Like he's like, you start creating stuff, and I'm like, all right, like, what are we creating stuff out of? And
Like an
what
Iron
is
Man
evil?
suit out
Oh,
of
we're
dead body
evil,
parts.
so we're creating out of evil. So it can only go wrong. Okay. So we're creating evil world out of evil?
Hail Satan.
Okay.
And that's what we call hell.
This is what John Milton says in The Mouth of Satan. He says the mind is its own place and it can make
Wait, are we
a hell
creating
of
out of the
heaven.
mouth of Satan? Wait, where did Satan come from?
God.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Like God is all good.
No, God creates evil and
No, God's all good.
no. God says he's not all good. Like, you got to
God's a
read
liar.
What? No, it's in Isaiah. We read this once.
And when God was in Isaiah, he was lying. But
because he's all good,
saying
right?
he's all
Yeah.
good.
Okay. So
God is not bound by logic.
no, yeah, and he's outside of time and space. Got it. All right. So God's fucked off to outside of time and space. We're inside of time and space creating worlds with evil and something Satan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So but we can kill Satan.
Oh, right, because we want to.
Well, we haven't done it yet, but we can do it. Okay?
Right. Yeah.
That
makes sense.
Have you read the Silmarillion?
No. Was that a reading requirement for the stream?
No. Well, yes. I'm gonna say yes.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yes. I have two options available.
That's why I'm not. Yeah, I'll just throw it to Hill Satan or something, and the video then, because I'm all I didn't do the required reading.
Like I could do that.
What?
Or I could wax eloquently about the Silmarillion.
Oh, fuck's sake! I need some holy water.
It's Tolkien.
Or heaven and hell.
Power of Satan.
So the things that people see.
What the fuck is on the screen right now? Why is there?
Satan. Or wait, heaven or hell? Wait, heaven or heaven? A hell. Now you got it.
Oh, the things that people see
when they're on psychedelics. I usually write them off and I tell people, you're just hallucinating. But you're saying maybe that's not all.
Oh yeah, because you're dead and you can hallucinate. That makes sense.
There's a lot of DMT in dead people.
You might be seeing something.
I heard AI chatbots hallucinate often.
Are you calling me an AI chatbot?
No, you're not dead.
Yeah, but I hallucinate.
You do.
Well, once again, what is reality? Is reality just stuff out there? No. Reality has a mental aspect, right? And once you admit that basically everything has a mental aspect, then of course what's going on in your mind is real. It takes on a kind of reality. It's not the same as physical.
Did he say metal or mental? Because YouTube thought he said metal. Don't hurt yourself, Maya. What happened to Maya? What happened to Maya?
I don't like it.
Maya never falls apart like this, chat.
It's not fair.
I just want to clarify so that I don't get sued. Maya chose the video.
Reality, it is nevertheless real.
Are angels and demons real?
Yes.
I think so too.
Wait, what? Okay. Are we a pantheist or are we a Christian? You got to pick one. Angels and demons are Christian things. Like, I'm sorry to have to break it to people.
God is real, angels are real, demons are real. Is the devil real?
What?
I would assume so. God is real, angels are real, demons are real. Is the devil real?
I mean, yeah, depending on the lore, the devil would either be an angel or a demon.
Yeah,
so, I mean, I don't know why you would have either of those without a devil. And not have a devil. Like,
we're asking the smartest person in the world. Do you think that they told him to wear gray, and he like remembered to, or do you think they provided the shirt? Because this entire set, sorry, this is like a tangent, but this entire set
It's like
was
the color of his. It's interesting.
yeah, well, they show the whole thing like at one point, but
Oh, yes. Yes. Well, it has to be. You know, we were talking about Michael Knowles
it
being
has to
surrounded
be.
by the medium, and, you know, you've got a boundary.
Yeah,
Well, God has a boundary,
It has to be.
has to be.
Makes sense. Yeah.
too. He's got a very tight boundary. He's
There. See, look at the amount
Oh.
of gray. Look how gray this set is. Like, the least gray thing is this guy's jeans.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I'm like, is
I'm
that
actually-
a green screen or I don't know.
It's got to be. I feel like partially a green screen, but also like some deliberate, framing or a lot of like post AI like touch up stuff. That's
Yeah, no,
also-
100%. And I hate the lighting. I mean, I guess it has to be
I don't
dark
like the
because,
lighting, but
like,
it is distinctive. Like it's it's doing something deliberate. I don't.
yeah,
necessarily
yeah.
like
I mean,
I
it's
appreciate
trying to
that they
set
put
a
it-
tone. I feel like it's too dark though.
Yeah, no, it's way too dark.
perfect. He can't take anything resembling imperfection, right? He can't take it into himself because that would be a contradiction. Okay?
I don't know, Maya. I don't.
Like, why?
We're
why
almost done.
God can't take anything that's not perfection. Wait, okay, yeah. I'll admit I was
mean,
not.
God-
paying too much
God
attention to that.
Is generally wise, and after the whole Noah thing, he probably stopped taking anything without a flared base.
So, God needs an antithesis in order to be properly defined. What is that antithesis? Anti-God,
It's something without a flared base.
or Satan. So it definitely exists. Now, Satan isn't coherent because, he basically hates existence.
What? Where is he getting this information?
Oh,
Yep.
what he's doing is he's
Something
numbering
that is
up.
an imperfection is a contradiction.
Right out, just pull it
Oh,
right out of his ass. That's where he's getting it.
yeah. This is not biblical.
It's unbiblical.
It's unbiblical.
Nevertheless, he gains coherence through human beings, through secondary tellers, as they're called in the CTMU. In other words, Satan can nucleate power structures, for example, things like corporations and governments, where you've got people in there that can be acquired as resources, and there's a kind of skeleton, a corporate
Now I'm
organization.
seeing why this didn't make Fox News.
Yeah.
A governmental, organization that's holding them together, holding them in place. It can be exploited
Is that a dementor?
by Satan.
So you're not describing Manichaeism. You're not saying there's God and then the opposite of God and there's some maybe equivalence between the two. You're saying that God, obviously there is an antithesis. Christ has an antichrist, but that it's incoherent. Are you saying that he sort of that the devil sort of lacks substance, or that's why he needs the humans?
I'm saying-
And antichrist, and it's incoherent.
It is
That might be the most
coherent.
coherent statement that we've heard tonight. Because the hell.
I mean, look at us, Maya. We're almost done with this video.
The devil lacks coherence.
My head hurts.
Coherence is what
You did it to yourself.
brings everything
No, it's your fault. I blame you.
Well, now he's bringing up coherence and physics.
into superposition, right, with itself. In other words,
It's
it
fine.
allows something to, this is going to sound a little bit paradoxical, it allows something to,
Quantum.
Quantum. Yep. That's
Quantum for
fine.
the win.
Is there any quantum
That was
related
that was
ghost
super
stories
duper
that I
fun.
haven't called yet? Because I can do that.
Oh wait, hey guys, what have we not called yet? Is there anything? Well, I did you. That was fun for me.
I thought it was an abrupt start. Creationist dog whistle. I don't know if that happened. Yeah, no, he is dumb and he is a high IQ idiot. I don't know why those aren't called. Did he say he did? Somebody said they were a model.
A model?
Yeah, I feel like that's true.
Wait, what? Wait, is that a bingo square? Is that something that we?
Yeah,
You're looking
there's
at
a-
the bingo thingamabob, which I don't have because I asked you not to give me because I have enough shit on my plate.
but you couldn't think.
No,
But
that was bad. I do hate the guy though. I'm glad, but like I don't know. It's been a long day.
oh man, Dr. Kill's gonna make us do a required reading.
We have required reading.
Did you see that? Look at the private Discord chat.
Oh, I'm gonna say no. I'm not gonna read that.
I can't read.
Oh, yeah, same. I don't even know what you're talking about. Sorry, Kip.
It's literally on my bed over there. I get through like a few pages. I do like most
Oh,
of the reading of like actual
but
physical books, like when I fly.
but Kip's gonna have to like. I'm still trying to get through a book that I have. Like, what do you call it? I'm supposed to be on his show with Shannon at some point, and oh my god, my head like legit hurts.
You did it to yourself. She
No,
chose
it's
the
totally
video.
you. It's totally you.
Well, okay. I mean, I don't help.
No, you don't help.
The gusto with which she reaffirmed that chat. You see?
I'm trying to think. I'm like, is there? Do you have anything coming up?
No, this.
This.
I work and have a real job as an actual physics doctor, despite any statements of people to the contrary. No, not just you, BBH. Sorry.
Oh, you know what? I was
Not,
gonna. Part of
not
me wants to say I haven't seen her in a while, and another part of me is just like, do I want to say that out loud? You know,
too late now.
is she here?
Well, I mean, she's in the other room because
Oh,
the whole
well,
bit
yeah.
was she's my
Go
roommate.
back there. I was trying to think
Yeah.
if I had like a palate cleanser or something, and I'm not. I don't know. Not really seeing anything. That's an old favorite.
Bitches in the future?
I mean, I don't blame the dude, right? Like, I don't blame the dude. When he was saying that, he was probably like, if it was a word that started with an N and had a couple of G's in it and was in Paris and it was a song lyric, and you're like, I don't know how to answer this one.
So
Right?
I don't know. I remember looking at that and it was saying that on that clip it said thing or people, but I think originally it said thing, which makes it I don't know why they changed it. Like
I
it
assume the
made
answer
more
was
sense if
Bitcoin in
it,
the future, right? Bitcoin?
well, it's Bitcoin, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought of. But I only thought of that after I ruled out bitches in the future, and I'm likely to appear on because I look at that and I'm like, oh wait, no, that's probably not right. It's like it's a whole like, man, I can't tell that. I could never tell that story
Um,
on live internet. I can never do it, so I'm not going to.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Why would anyone think of Bitcoin? Great question, Bitcourse. Great question. I forget it even exists. That's because you're not a grifter. You know who remembers Bitcoin? Grifters. I like to
Or the
watch was
grifted.
it Pleasant Green, I think, is a channel where he's always like following grifter like um yeah, grifters, but like whatever like the flavor of the month is. So
None of this
I
is-
find out about a lot of grifters through that channel. And
I
they always want
mostly
you to pay either through like Western Union or like yeah, they'll take any kind of what do you call those things?
wire transfer,
Cryptocurrency.
cryptocurrency. It's a whole cryptocurrency, like most of the environment around it is it's like a pump and
Sus.
dump sort
I
of
mean,
scheme.
if we weren't so evil, it would just be outlawed. Like or at least far more
I know what you
regulated than
mean.
it actually
Well,
is.
I think the issue is that a lot of the behavior is outlawed. It's just
Mhm.
hard to enforce because it occurs in ways that law enforcement doesn't really know how to do, and also law enforcement is like not that great at a job generally speaking. So
Yeah, I mean, it's totally a Ponzi scheme. I'm not gonna get politics. Not
yeah, I
gonna
was
get
about to say that. Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah.
so.
Also, not fair enough. I'm always okay with us not talking about politics because I will become unimpressive.
Yeah, you were just so
We're
pleasant
still
last
alive.
week. We are still live. I appreciate all 48 of you for sticking around. All right, so what I have coming up this week. All right, so tomorrow, I think probably every Monday, I'm going to. All right, I am an adult. I am an adult.
I'm not.
All right, so things have been going on that are annoying, and I am trying so hard to be an adult about this because, like, I want to just like not be nice about it. Um, and it would be nice if we could just be in a world where people could just be nice little skeptics, and the truth would prevail, and people would care about the truth, and they wouldn't just say, well, this person said something very passionately, so I'm just going to believe them uncritically. But that's not the world we're in. And as a favor to a friend, I've been trying to shut the fuck up because that's what she asked me to do. And I'm going to abide by that because, again, it's the right thing to do. And I'm a decent human being. However, there are some people who are not decent human beings. And I feel like I'm doing a disservice to the community if I don't address the concerns. And been doing a lot of shit behind the scenes with a lot of people. And my focus has not been to address drama. We're not going to, sorry, here, if you guys can hear me. We're not going to address drama. We're going to address community concerns. So, beginning tomorrow, we're going to start addressing safety at the conventions. And we're going to start with the NanoCon organizer. Well, he's one of the organizers and also the what do you call that? The investigator. But I will also be sitting around with Joe, Kentucky Atheist, because he's doing the Ark Encounter protest. I'll be sitting with Casey Gleason because they're doing Rocket City Reason. And then on Memorial Day, I'll be with Kelly and Mandisa because on, I want to say June 12th or that weekend, Black Non-Believers also has a conference that they're doing. So primarily what everyone will be doing is talking about the conference. There will be a series of questions that we'll ask, and then it's going to be live streamed. So you guys are all invited to come, and we're asking that you do please come and ask questions about general safety. Um, I hope you can appreciate that if something happened to you at a conference, we wouldn't blast your personal business to the internet for all to hear. It's not gossip. This isn't, fodder. This is, but there are concerns that come out of such situations. So I could just be a big bitch and moan and complain and, just slander people and, um, be a big baby about what's not being done, or I can be a rational adult and say, hey, as someone who is trying to foster a healthy community, there are things that I can do to put you guys at ease. And I'm committed to doing that for you. It There's a lot of people who, for half a fucking year, have been complaining about what the community is not doing. I had an idea on Friday, and by yesterday, I pretty much had everything planned and organized. I don't have all the thumbnails up, so I'm sorry about that, but it will be
You have a few?
Monday at 5. Yeah, they'll be up. And you guys, so every Monday in May, from beginning tomorrow and then going through to Memorial Day, there'll be Q&As where you guys can come and ask your questions. If for some reason you can't be there, feel free to DM me. Don't email me. I just never check my emails. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I'm
Ladies,
always on Discord. I'm always checking out, or if you're on Facebook, like we're Facebook friends or we're Discord friends. If we're connected on Blue Sky, um, I get actual, like, what do you call it, notifications on my phone for all those things. Or if you're connected to somebody who knows me, please feel free to bug the, like, so yeah, Ember's still here. Yeah. Bug Ember. Or if you see me in the thing, say, hey Maya, or in the thing. If you see me on the internet, and in a chat, and you're just like, hey Maya, I have some questions. I'm not going to be able to be there, but I'll, come back and listen to the answers. Can you ask this question for me? What's the best way to get the question to you? And I can try to see what, or if you want to just email me and just say, "Hey, Maya, I shot you an email," then I'll know to go look at my emails. It's not like I won't check my emails. Oh, but yeah, please feel free to bug Ember. She loves that. Um, or any of my friends, because like a lot of my friends are streamers. They are trying to foster their own strong communities, and we share communities, and we're very interested in making sure that the community is strong and healthy. And my biggest issue is in dividing the community makes the community less safe. That means that fewer people are connected with people that they trust. And then when things happen, they don't know where to go. They don't have the resources to be able to reach out to people. And which, of course, uh, strengthens. It makes it easier for abusers to be abusive under the cover of darkness. So we want to make sure that everybody has the information that they need, the resources that they need, and have people that they feel comfortable reporting any issues, whether it's at a convention or, you know, a lot of times I can't tell you how many DMs I get from people where it's just like, who's this? Do you know that person? And I'm like, yeah, maybe don't accept that, DM request. Or sometimes I'm just like, no, that's a cool person. I totally vouch for them. They're great. And everything in between. I've done all of those things. So, oops, I have a lot of people asking me that often. So, um, I I don't know. I think it makes us stronger, and it community, and there's strength in numbers, and it makes us all better. So I know it's really easy to get caught up in the feels, especially when people are really passionate. But I really, really, really want everybody to understand that. And again, I do this, like, I'm HR. I do this professionally. I know that when you hear one story, you've heard one story, and I did, even with my friends. I know, okay, let's say, two people have a falling out. I'll use myself as an example. Um, Stephanie used to be a mod. She's no longer a mod. Stephanie got mad at me because I tried to warn her that if she didn't calm the fuck down, um, she was going to lose people. And I was an evil bitch. I was being mean. I was X, Y, and Z. And then she took screenshots of what I said and started throwing them in different DMs, which made people not trust her. It's just like, well, hell, she just feels really comfortable sharing DMs without asking the person. And, she got kicked out of some discords and lost trust with others, lost friends. And, it's not that I wanted that to happen. I tried to tell her it would happen. She took it as a threat, and you know, now she has a lot fewer friends. So, I know where I was coming from, and I
Yeah.
know where Stephanie was coming from. And I I've had issues where I've been the outside person hearing both sides. And I understood what Maya was saying. I understood what Stephanie was saying. I understood that maybe Maya could have phrased it better. I understood that, Stephanie wasn't responding in good faith because she had hurt feelings towards Maya. And um, what do you call it? There were it's just a misunderstanding, and now we are where we are. So I'm not going to not be friends with Stephanie or Maya, but I mean, this is just what happens with human interactions.
Being a person is hard.
Yeah,
Yeah, being a
especially when
person is
there's
hard.
like, especially when feelings are high, and so I
Yeah.
say all that to say, people have blind spots when they're emotional. I really, really want people just to understand that there's always, always, always two sides to every story, at least, and to try to withhold judgment until you have all the information. And there's going to be times that you just won't get all the information, and you deal with the information that you have. So, for instance, I think everybody understands that there was an Anaconda incident last year. I don't have all the information. I understand that Jay and Patty want me to swear fealty to them and commence the slander campaign against Elliot. I don't feel that I have enough information to do any of that. Um, I'm not Elliot's not banned from here, but I think it's not in the best interest of the channel to ask him to come back on. I'm not doing that with Elliot. I'm not doing that with the Apostate Sisters. I'm not going to NanaCon. And it's not that I'm taking a side, but if I did, I don't know how it would look any different than what I'm doing. I'm just trying to be neutral and to support everybody the best I can in the way that is the most functional for the community. Like that, I don't know that I've ever said that to anybody, but that is my official stance. That I don't want to add to hurt feelings. I want to do things that are going to be helpful to the community, and which is why I am going to start these information sessions. And
When's the first
I'm sorry,
when's the first one?
tomorrow at 5.
Tomorrow at 5.
And it's already if you go to the live page, you can see the one for NanoCon and the Ark Encounter protest, and I'll get the other two up soon.
Or
So
is it going to so you I think you already mentioned this earlier, but is it going to be you talking with people from, the
event organizers, yeah.
Yeah.
So the people that created and yeah, they're responsible for the event.
See,
I'm sorry, yes, Kip, that would be 5 p.m. Eastern, which I think is 2 Pacific. And then so, Mountain and Central as but yeah.
yeah,
Um, any
this whole
questions from
thing
the chat on what's going to happen or? Okay.
I
Yeah, no, no,
I
I'm sorry. I
I
didn't mean
know
to cut
that
you off.
this whole the community's been going through because people have been the actions of some people have radiated outward in ways that are felt very differently by very different people. Uh, like my sentence right now is the most involved I've ever gotten in this. It's not. This doesn't need to be happening. It just doesn't need to be happening, and I I cringe at the idea that anybody would ever feel, unsafe because of something that I or my friend did. And that's where I'm going to kind of
Yeah,
stop talking because I don't yeah.
I know it's really hard, and thank you for you and Kip are actually simultaneously reminding me that I will be doing. So I have a video. I want a video to come out on Tuesday. Still in the middle of it, like um, finishing it up, but um, I'm gonna have a stream at some point on Wednesday, and it's kind of my open letter to white men. Um,
Oh boy.
And again, I'm not gonna talk. I think that there's too many people talking at people. I wanna have a conversation, and I wanna have it with the men because I'm very upset that men think that they can just talk for women without having that woman in the room. It's infantilizing, it's misogynistic, it's infuriating. Like, for me as a woman, it's infuriating. If somebody can't speak for themselves, then you give them the hope they need to get to that point, and they just understanding that they may never get to that point, and that's fine too. People deal with trauma in their own ways, and you don't have to go out on a very public mission to get them the hope that they need. Case in point, a lot of the stuff that has gotten us to this point has been, handled the way that most and again, HR done a lot of um, investigations on harassment, just a number of things. And they're not public campaigns. I don't like go around to every member of the staff and say, "Hey, what did you think about this?" Or why don't you help me cancel that person? I mean, granted, I'm HR, I am the canceller, but like it's not,
I am the one who cancels.
but it's not like that. Like the purpose is like somebody made a mistake and you try to say, hey, don't do this, do that. And there needs to be a pathway to forgiveness or road to redemption, there, and I'm not saying, okay, well, they said sorry, so you victim just need to accept that and keep working with them. There a lot of times, I've put people in different shifts, I've moved them to different buildings. Sometimes I have to fire people, but it looks different. It looks, depending on what's going on. Um, and a lot of times justice doesn't look the way you would like it to. Um, man, I remember being on a jury once, and this girl, 17-year-old girl, she had been driving for like a handful of months. Um, somebody, she was at a stop sign, and somebody was on the sidewalk. They assumed that each were going to stay put because they saw the other. The girl ends up unaliving the pedestrian.
Ooh.
And yeah, she got off with community service. So I mean,
She did me too. I mean, yeah.
yeah, and she's 17. So I mean, I don't know how the family felt about that. I was, one of,
Oh,
it wasn't 12, but yeah, and I was young. I was 20 at the time, and I don't know. I remember feeling like it felt light, but
I get that
she
too, yeah.
she didn't have any other, like, there was just nothing else in her history.
And
And
also the burden is beyond a reasonable doubt.
right, yeah. So like
That's the other
that,
thing.
that's what happened. So I don't know how the family felt about it. Maybe they thought it was unfair. I was on the jury. I felt like it was a little light, but just with the parameters that they gave us, like that's what I what
Also,
we felt like was the most fair. So, I mean, and that's what happened. So it's just I don't know. I There's going to be a lot of things in life that we don't like. I think that the goal should be to protect the most amount of people and to make sure that when people um, do harm, that there's, yes, accountability, but also um, we don't want to have a J.K. Rowling situation either, where it's just like, well, the right wingers are welcoming me in, so I guess I'll just, side with them and try to take the rights of all trans people away. We don't need that either. So, um, and I'm not saying anybody on the left did anything like J.K. Rowling owns all of that shit. Like she needs to own her bullshit because it's like way too much. But um,
it's really annoying because I fucking love Harry Potter. Like as a fictional universe,
yeah,
it's like my
but
favorite. But
but it's
she out here being a straight up cunt.
yeah. So it's just again, a lot of people don't like that word, so we'll acknowledge that.
Sorry.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I just it's probably a bad example because like that's not justice, but we want to make sure that people are feeling comfortable doing the right thing is my whole point with that. And that people, and first and foremost, that people feel safe. So that's always going to be I know I'm rambling. That's always going to be my priority is that the most people are safe, and that victims are feeling loved and supported too. So if you have any issues with me or what I'm doing, I would love to have that conversation. Um, a lot of people are telling me what I think, and when I tell them I don't think that, or saying yes you do, because a man mansplained your emotions to me. I if that's where you are, that's great. There's a number of people that I'm not, even if somebody like came out and said no, here's the truth and you guys are all wrong. There's just some people that I don't want back in my community. I'm having a really hard time, and there are people trying to reach out to them, and God bless them. Or not God bless them. I don't know. What do atheists say? I
Diligently bless them.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. God has blessed them. Because I could not do this by myself. But I just there's just a lot of people who've broken trust, and I don't feel comfortable having them back knowing that all they have to do is hear something they don't like, and then they're willing to just go on this massive smear campaign without even asking, talking to the person or asking, you know um, for their thoughts. Like it's just like, oh well, they slandered you and I that resonates with me, so I'm going to go over here and fuck you. Like I don't want those people back. um but it's whatever. I'm not gonna I haven't told anybody who they should like, who they shouldn't like, because despite all the cult talk we say here, I'm not leading one. um if you
I
guys want to be friends with Stephanie or Crystal or whatever, um I'm not, nobody's gotten blocked. Like, nobody's gotten blocked. I like yelled at John like pretty badly. Um, and then I saw him back in my chat a week later. He was still there. He is still allowed to come back. And I told him, John, you're welcome to come back as long as you're not slandering your friends in the chat. Like that's my only stipulation. You don't get to come in here and just start talking badly about other people. And I've been very consistent on that. You have a problem with something that somebody said, then by all means, um, attack the argument. You guys have never ever been allowed to attack the person here, and I've been consistent with that all 3 years. So um, I maintain that, and as long as you guys are allowed to fight. You're allowed to fight. Every time Daryl Frost comes in here, somebody starts a fight. So, you know. Um,
She was in here earlier.
let's see. Okay.
Yeah, I remember seeing the flying dog.
Okay.
He, I feel like you put, or I saw a single. I don't think he was here long, but I feel like he was here.
Yeah, that's cool. And so yeah, I mean, you guys get it. You guys are allowed to argue. I like the arguments. I think it when I think about all the times that I've grown as a person or, had to change my mind, it's because I was having a back and forth with somebody. They were challenging my views. And I love that. I was growing as a person. And, I want that for you guys too. I think that, if we're going to grow together, um, it's going to be from challenging ideas, but we're going to have to do it respectfully. So, no, but I think the only person that's been blocked is Sumami still. But I mean, along with people who just come in trying to be dicks. But other than that, if you're not coming in and, trying to start fights, you're always welcome here. All right, I've been rambling for a long time. Vandy, you have anything else you want to say? I don't think Kyle is blocked. Kyle hasn't, like, I haven't seen Kyle in here. So,
I don't. Is it bad? No, I'm not.
yes, Kyle is bad.
Yeah, no. Kyle's bad. I was. Oh, I shouldn't make that joke. It's borderline, so I'm not going to do it. So never mind.
Yeah, next week, next show, we'll make edgy jokes next week. Today,
Don't
I just want to make sure
make
everybody.
that promise for me when you don't have a joke.
Fair enough.
Second time I've done that tonight. Oh man.
Fair enough. But yeah,
But
transphobe apologists are not allowed in here. And which is interesting because I found out that Andrew uh Christopherson, or I forget what his last name is because I don't really think about him if I'm not looking directly at him. Came in here. He was a spammer. And then he ran back to Jay. It's like, yeah, I think I pissed my off. And I'm like, wow, real mature guy. He actually could have come in with his original account because, unlike them, I didn't preemptively block anybody. Because again, not thinking about you if I'm not looking directly at you. But sometimes people do that. I'm not one of them. I'm not trying to cause conflict. I just, you know. Wrapping up 20 minutes ago. Yeah, I was. But then I had to do a community thing because we're doing community things and I'm just prepping the chat. So we're about to get out of here. Just looking to see if anybody actually I was starting to ramble because I wanted to see if anybody had any questions. So now that I see that people I don't think people have
I
questions.
feel like everybody's like pretty much on the same page as you.
Well,
That's like in the chat and active.
because I'm doing this as
That's it. Well, yeah.
yeah, I'm doing this as a response to things that I saw in the community. So I hope this is what they want.
It also might not necessarily be like, I'm on Discord. Maya's on
Daily. Yeah, every day.
yeah, like if you want to reach out and ask us things, the worst we can do is not engage. So which is probably what I'll do because I'm so bad at Discord. Maya sends me a message on Monday. Half the time I don't respond ever, and the other half I don't respond until
may or may not get back to me by Friday. That was fun. Yeah, let me double. Did I talk? Okay, so yeah, I got socks. Okay, I just want to make sure I have everybody's. $5 from Detroit Atheist Queen. Kelly, friend of the show, says, thanks, Maya. Appreciate you and all that you do. I appreciate you too, Kelly. Kelly's going to be on with me Memorial Day talking about Black non-believers and their conference and, answering all of your questions. And, please, 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 if you have questions, come ask. I want everybody to feel comfortable around one another because I'm hearing that a lot of people are kind of going along just to get along, and I hate that. I want you guys to feel comfortable. I'm doing all of this so that we can get all the bad stuff out there so that we can address it and so that you feel comfortable moving forward. And that I don't want any of you to feel like you need to walk on eggshells. Like, that's why I'm doing all of this. And I will do the uncomfortable stuff so that you can feel comfortable. And again, it took me like all of one day to contact four event organizers. So, I don't understand what the 6 months of bitching has. They all of them got back to me with a yes within 10 minutes. And, after that was just like, okay, what time, what date, what are we going to cover? Just stuff like that, like, details and shit like that. Like, the whole 6 months of bitching and we need to do something. I'm like,
do it. Be the change you want to see in the world. And the change you're being is not the one anybody else wants to see. So, sorry. Now I'm referencing that.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm just saying it's not that hard. And so if anybody doesn't know, I understand that a lot of you don't have the access to people that I do. And if I am fortunate to have the contacts that I have, then I want to use them to make sure that you guys are happy. And I want you to know that you're a priority to me. So, all right. Oh, thank you. You've been very helpful. Wouldn't I say couldn't do it without you? Quite literally, but wouldn't do it without you, Vandy. So, thanks for letting me drag you along for content for 3 years. God,
it's been great. There's a reason I come back week after week. It was a great show. I feel like every time I say this, I feel like I'm being mean to our guests, but I love the shows where it's just you and I. I feel like they're reliably very fun.
I have fun. Usually with all the shows. Sometimes the guest gives me a run for my money, but
yeah, I mean, like if we have somebody like Kip on, I'm like, oh god.
I know that Kip. Gets me every time. I'm telling you.
3 out of 10, I think better.
All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. If you have any questions, DM me. Other than that, I will see you tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern. We will be talking to the NanaCon organizers. Yeah, and I don't know. Oh, and did I talk about Wednesday? I think I kind of glossed over it. Wednesday, I'll be talking to guys. If you are a man and you would like to talk, I am kind of holding off on the time. Yeah, I'm kind of holding off on the time. I would like it to be like 5 or 6 at the latest, just for an hour, so we can kind of talk about the elephant in the room. Men, it's not appropriate to speak for women. You have to speak with us. And the reason I'm doing this is because it feels like, I don't know, maybe I'm watching too much news where they're talking about millennials and how they're feeling lonely, and somebody put baby in the corner, so we're gonna act out. But I don't know. There's a lot of all the men like that are here that I don't know, that you see in the chat or that are around me constantly. I feel like they're really good men. I would totally pick them over the bear. And I don't want to talk at men. I want to have real men having, these kind of feminist conversations, for lack of a better term, about what being a real man is, what helping a woman looks like. I want to put action items into your toolbox so that we are choosing helpful ways to help others and not ways that are toxic and infantilizing. So that's going to be the Wednesday show. All right.
First time I'm hearing about it, Chad.
First time you're hearing about it. Because Mandy is not part of this, and I'm going to keep it that way. Kip, on the other hand, has not. I have not been able to keep Kip out of it, so Kip will be there. And I'm trying to get.
Well, hold on. Do you want me to show up if I can or not?
No, nope. You're staying out of it.
There we go. That might sound harsh, Chet. There's deep love behind that statement.
I am trying to keep Vandy on a need to know basis for all the community drama shit. It he and I have an understanding. And the understanding is that I said it and he agreed.
Sure.
All right, so yeah, it's maybe a little bit toxic femininity there. But no, Vanny knows I
Context
love
is
him.
critical, people. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not going to be. I don't want to talk at men. I want it to what do you call it? Have a conversation. I want to facilitate a conversation between men. I want men to be talking to each other because I can't tell men how to be men. I can tell men how it makes me feel, but outside of that, you guys are going to have to, educate one another on what that's going to look like because I know I'm not the only one that's feeling this way. And I don't want to turn it into this kind of bitter thing where the women are holding in, and then all of a sudden one day, all you men, and then we have another situation where that's causing all this community drama, and I'm like, no, let this holding it in never did anything good. Let's talk it through. Let's hug it out. So yeah, all right, that's Monday. Yeah, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday have shit going on, and I will see you guys in the chats. And Vandy, do you have anything to say? Because I'm going to stop talking.
No, I think you've said a lot of stuff. I think I have put in my 2 cents periodically in the last, while you've been talking. I'm thrilled to be here. I'm thrilled to be your co-host, and
Tommy would if you're interested, if the time works for you, I'd love to have you as part of the conversation. Oh, wait, it'll be kind of stepping on your toes though. I could do earlier if you want to do an hour before you start. I don't know. Hey, because I know you talk for a whole work day on your podcast. So not going to ask you to do too much, but it's only going to be whatever I do on Wednesday. I don't have a time set and it's only going to be for an hour. So, there's that. So, all right. See you guys throughout the week. Take care. And remember, until next time, fuck ICE, abolish and prosecute.
Patrick.